What up, Betty?
Hey, Betty.
Ooh, Barracuda. Dum, 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 dum,
You know what I have discovered? I don't think I like
Meaning of
pancakes
life?
anymore.
What's wrong with you? What up, Sean?
Yeah, I
You have
don't feel bad.
nah. I can't.
I
I don't need this type of negativity in my life.
think- I don't.
I
Or at
simply
the
don't.
very least, I don't like our house pancakes anymore.
Okay, that I can rock with that a
You
little
know what I'm
bit.
saying?
I can rock with that a little bit more.
'Cause,
Pancakes are delicious.
they really were, but I'll be getting them from there now and be like, man, what the fuck is this? And I am
up, McKenna?
tempted. What up, McKenna? I'm tempted to say, because my whole opinion about
No, you spoiled.
the franchises on this fucking Baltimore Avenue is very sour
Sure.
because they're not up to the standard of every other place that I've ever been at
Uh-huh.
that had the same
Yeah.
name.
You're also
And it might
spoiled.
be them. It might be just because it's them. But
and you're spoiled. You're also
Listen,
spoiled.
listen, I just want the finer things in life. I don't think I don't think I should be
in addition.
No, but see, before I didn't have a contrast, right? So now that I have a contrast, I just want the finer thing.
As well as the fact that you're spoiled.
You know, yo, that's true right there. Like, I appreciate waffles more than pancakes at this point in my life. I do.
I don't
Waffles, you know what I'm saying?
do waffles. I don't
You don't-
dislike waffles.
You make waffles. Nigga.
No, I've never had a waffle maker. I've never used.
What
a
up,
waffle
Lost?
maker. What up? What up? What up?
You never had a waffle maker?
No, I've never used a waffle
Oh.
maker in my life. Only time I've ever had waffles was either Eggos or I bought
I
them
like
from
Eggos.
somewhere. No, yeah,
I
absolutely.
like those, and I like the ones.
No,
the
it's not
homemade
that I
ones.
don't like waffles. It's just that I've never really been in a position to ever make them.
Ah,
That's what that is. Like if I'm ordering food from a restaurant, I might get some waffles. Absolutely.
yeah. I don't know, man. Like I said, I mean, is it really spoiled, or is it
Yes.
when you didn't know any better? This was the greatest thing
Two
since
things can be
goat
true.
cheese and milk. And then when you got the other
I
shit,
wouldn't argue that was the greatest thing.
yo, you know where I got that shit from? Yo, Sean Black used to say that shit. He would say that and a couple other things that are completely like
Right.
What?
Right.
but the goat cheese and milk shit that
Yeah, I
kind
wouldn't
of
argue.
stuck. That
wouldn't argue.
kind of stuck because it was so ridiculous. Like, it was the greatest thing since goat cheese and milk. But
Yeah,
but no, I didn't know. Like for instance,
No, I get that, but two things.
I
can
didn't
also
like
be true.
I didn't like broccoli.
Sure. Yes. No, I remember.
You know what I'm saying? Until
Yeah,
I had,
But again,
and now I
two
don't
things
want
can
that
still-
other shit.
Two things can still be true. Though.
It could be, but I don't think
Yeah,
they are.
No. I'm pretty sure, pretty certain that this is one of those duality moments.
Look, bro, I'm just saying.
I hear you. I'm with you.
My
I'm on the
palate
train.
has
Uh-huh.
definitely,
It's up and it's stuck.
it's up there. It's up and it's stuck.
Yeah, you. That's
And look,
it's called spoiled.
look, bro. Life is very short.
Finds a way. Oh
Yo,
no,
this
but that's
nigga, this on this Jurassic Park shit.
That's the equivalent. What up, Bowflex? That's the equivalent
What's up, Bowflex?
of being spoiled. I want you to know that. Like that.
Look.
That's like the cousin of the definition of being spoiled. Like it's not quite
It's related.
that,
It's
but yeah,
related.
they're
related.
adjacent.
It's related.
Yeah, like
But,
I just
life's too
want you
short
to not lose sight of that.
To have to.
Here's the
Life-
thing.
Serious.
I'm not saying it as a pejorative. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, you're a little spoiled.
look, bro. I came from that. I don't want to stay there. Like,
No, there are several spoiled adults in my life, and it's cool. you happen to be one of them.
the one that
It's
you look in the
fine.
mirror. What about that one you see in the mirror? every
I'm
day?
not spoiled,
Nigga.
nigga.
Please.
Whatever. Listen,
Please.
I'm not
seen
spoiled.
the Airbnb shit that you stayed at. Nigga, stop it.
That's me. Hold up. See,
could have went to Motel 8 and been straight.
Not at all.
Look at that look on your face. That look on your face, bro.
That was the look of pure disgust. Negative. There's absolutely no way. What do you mean? I don't even comprehend. I don't even know how to do that.
No, that look.
Yeah, like what are you talking about? Like you just offended me. Like for real. Like why would you do such a thing? Like ow.
Yo,
like I thought we was folk.
If I'd have been in that room and you'd have had a white glove, it'd have been.
Like, I thought we was folk. Like damn. All these years mean nothing to you?
Hotel 8?
Like what? I don't even know what that is really. Like the fuck? Yes. No. Listen. That's a two-pronged thing. Two things are true though. Two things are true with that. One is that I have a. We're gonna get into this later because Marcus. Oh my god! But I have an image to uphold. with not with the general public, not with the general public, but with the people that I go.
I know that's what you was talking about.
Yeah, I have an image to uphold. So like, and I hate dumb questions. Like, all right, if there are 4 or 5 reasons for this, the least important reason is me being spoiled. All the other reasons are above it. I hate dumb questions, right? And because I hate dumb questions, I love whenever I have the ability to render a question dumb.
Well, what if it's not the question is dumb? It's just because in a certain context, the question might not be dumb. Maybe it's the person using it in that context.
This is why I do all that I can. So when one of them motherfuckers come to me, well, in the past, this shit over. I had that conversation again. We're gonna talk about that later. But in the past, when one of the motherfuckers come to me and say, "Oh, what the Airbnb look like?" I can just look at them. I don't have to use words because we've established. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Have you been on these trips? You don't.
That's fair. Fair.
We already established what the Airbnb is going to look like.
That's
the finer details.
Is that another white glove moment? Somebody.
It got to that point. Yeah, it got to that point. And when they first started asking that, it was like, all right, that's understandable. But once we've been on 3-4 trips with these Airbnbs that either look like mansions for some reason or like,
nigga. Yo, this shit here is the wildest.
No, I'm just saying.
It's the wildest right now.
It is what it is. They either look like mansions just for some reason or they like super modern. I don't want to hear this shit from you. Like honestly, a lot of energy in my life is spent on me making sure people don't have to speak to me. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you like that. That's the secret to my life. I mean.
This nigga's running around here getting mini mansions as Airbnbs and shit.
What else are we supposed to do?
See,
first of all, I need.
First of all, no, don't do that.
Wait,
because
first of all, I need a nice kitchen to cook in.
Man, you cooked in your kitchen.
I don't though. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, I have not cooked a full meal in my kitchen this year. I have not. Not a single full meal. I've made some oodles and noodles.
You spoiled the shit.
Nigga, that's not spoiled. That's my kitchen. It's terrible.
You feel as though you must be in a super kitchen.
No, it's not that. It's just that my kitchen is small.
I mean, your kitchen is small.
Because my kitchen is so small, I don't really have room to effectively cook. Like,
you got stove, you got microwave, nigga.
No, I don't have I actually do not have a microwave. You can't really cook more than one thing at a time in my kitchen.
Yeah, but you don't.
It's not really efficient, right? But if I'm making an entire meal, there's still multiple things that need to be cooked. No matter that the portion isn't as big as I would.
So you saying in order for you to cook effectively, you need at least 2 stoves in that bitch?
No, nigga, it's not about the amount of stoves. My stove is small because my kitchen is small. It necessitates a small stove. So I don't have a normal size stove. Like my stove is like, it's not tiny, but it's not the standard size that you see.
It ain't
in
no
most
damn
modern
hot
kitchens.
plate is what I'm trying to say.
No, but
got
that's
at least
not the
4
point.
burners on that motherfucker.
Yeah, I got 4 burners, but it's literally up against the wall. So I don't really have 4 burners. Like, it would be really uncomfortable to use all 4 burners on my fucking stove because it's literally right against the wall. There's no, like, that's another thing. It's designed poorly. So, like, I don't have counter space for real. I don't have.
Well, okay, the counter space is real shit.
That's a huge issue.
That's a big
huge
deal.
issue.
That's a big deal.
So, like, cooking whole meals in my kitchen, nah. The only time I really, generally, for the vast majority of the time I've been here, the only time I've really cooked whole meals was, like, if I was using, like, the Instapot or something like that. Like, or the air fryer or, like, something that does not come in the fucking kitchen.
Right.
I had to argue with them to even get the counter space that I have.
Right.
Like, yo, what do you mean I can't get a counter? What? Where am I supposed to prepare food? So they gave me the little, what is it called? Breakfast nook? Or whatever the fuck it's called.
Breakfast nook.
It's basically just the top of a countertop. And I'm like, all right, cool. That's something. But no,
the reason why that's funny to me is because, so I'll be looking at various different condos out of the country, and I'll be seeing what they have and what the price is on them for like rentals monthly, even purchasing, right? So some of the ones I'll be seeing, they be dope, they be fire, but the kitchens be little.
Nah,
the kitchens be little. But everything else is fine. I mean, the living room is dope. It's got a great view. The master bedroom, there's 2 bathrooms in that motherfucker. All that shit. But a lot of those ones I saw, their kitchen was. Now, don't get me wrong. I've seen some great kitchens, like in the condos. Right. But those condos will usually run you upwards from $2,500. I've seen them $2,500 a month to like $3,000 a month. Right? Now, you live here, depending on where you live here in the States, $2,500. I pay $2,500 a month here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But also, it's more room here.
Right.
This place doesn't have.
And you technically have 2 kitchens.
Right.
And
more bedrooms than just the 2 that they offer there, and more bathrooms. Right. But they also have amenities. There's a gym down there.
Of course, yeah. The way things are priced is often there's often some fluctuation in that because different area, what the area is it in.
The area.
Do they have parking inherently? Do they have security? Do they have
those things right there is the reason why, even though you might see one that's $25,000, that's still cheap. Because
absolutely. All the stuff
where it's located in the city, yikes! Oh no, if that was here in the States, the amount you would pay to get that, crazy.
Absolutely.
So you look at it, it's $3,000 a month. But if I had to get this exact same place here in the States,
it would be
right.
Nah.
But anyway. Let's get this intro going.
Yeah.
Me.
Okay.
Welcome everyone to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man SPJ.
You.
And I am Tombstone the Dead Man. And we are just a couple of geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. Now, last weck, you saw there were changes.
Yeah.
Those changes shall continue because that's what they're changes.
Yeah.
Therefore,
it was not an aberration.
It was not right. It's not an anomaly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Let us continue with the changes.
All right. So, first of all right. So, last week, if you guys remember, We talked about the situation with the woman getting hit with a brick
Right.
because dude asked for a number and all that other good stuff. Well, not good stuff, not so
I mean,
good stuff.
the shit that didn't happen.
Well, I mean, listen. Here's the thing. I called out consciously for this slight pattern that I was starting to see developing. Mm-hmm. I do not want to drag it. It's not like I've seen him do this a bunch of times or nothing like that. But this was the second time, and it was like, all right, where the fuck is your commentary afterwards?
Yeah, you gotta be talked to.
Well, I have to rescind my call out. He commented on it.
Did he?
Yeah. Apparently, she released evidence that she was indeed injured and that she did file a police report. Now, I only say apparently because I don't know anything about either of those things. I don't know what your medical discharge, I don't know what your police report, I don't know what those are supposed to look like.
Right.
Especially in another state. Like, I have no idea. I just see what was in the video.
Right.
So he has commented. So my call out is rescinded.
Okay.
Now, I still don't know what to believe because I think I stopped short last week of saying she actually faked it. Mm-hmm. And I stand on everything else except for calling consciously out for not addressing it. Mm-hmm. I stand on everything else I said last week because there is still logic that isn't logicking.
Right.
It's an assault with a deadly weapon. If an assault with a deadly weapon was committed and that assault was officially reported to the police, shouldn't there be an investigation?
Now, not only should there be an investigation, but somebody should be arrested.
Shouldn't news outlets in the area be aware of this?
Initially, no.
No, not initially.
But because of the stink that came about it, yes.
Okay, shouldn't there be signs, both tangible and intangible, alerting the people of that community that an assailant is on the loose, accompanied with some type of description of the assailant?
Yes.
And if these other things aren't going on, and this happened the way that she said it happened, shouldn't we be holding the Houston Police Department accountable?
Yes, I would imagine so.
So all of these people making these videos attacking other people for making videos attacking this black woman are no better than the people that they are attacking, because they are so far in their feelings that they are failing to do anything meaningful.
That is because, sir, it's not about.
I know.
It's
Absolutely.
about them.
Mm-hmm. Since when is it more helpful to attack the people who are saying that a victim is lying than to bringing attention to the attacker or the people who are directly failing the alleged victim? But again, I still don't know enough to call it 100% real or fake. Mm-hmm. The only thing I'm sure of is I still hate how y'all talking about this on both sides.
Me too.
That's the only thing I can say with 100% certainty. I hate the discourse that is going on around this because it's performative. It becomes performative when you are, instead of trying to hold the people that should be accountable. Mm-hmm. I hate you so much. Instead of trying to hold the people accountable who need to be held accountable, you are trying to hold accountable the imaginary royal we of black men. Yeah. And on the other side, instead of having empathy for what these other people are telling you in situations that absolutely do happen, you are trying to specifically, personally discredit this particular black woman. And it didn't start with the actual evidence of her potentially being fake. It started with other shit.
Yeah.
Before there was like, oh, she legitimately might not be telling the truth. Before we reached that point, y'all was on that bullshit.
Because, and by the way, very predictable.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the other thing that we hate about it. How predictable it all is.
Oh, nigga, surprise me once.
Yeah, surprise me one time. Because y'all gonna keep on with the horseplay. Y'all gonna keep on with that shit and you're really not doing anything to bring the community together with that.
Correct.
You are adding more gasoline to an already unstable situation because a lot of you are using it to not address real problems.
Mm-hmm.
You're using it as a way to block conversation about certain shit because if you get to label it under the subheading of, see, it's all fake, they all just that, it's all that, you don't have to discuss it anymore.
You don't have to have a real conversation.
And that's cowardice on a lot of levels, and it's hard for me to stomach that. Many of you are more upset about the alleged cowardice of people coming to someone's defense than the cowardice that people have about not wanting to discuss issues that actually happen.
Bingo.
And it's absurd.
Yeah. Whether or not it happened is only important because that's how you are choosing to center the conversation.
Yes.
Because whether this particular incident happened or not, versions and levels of this incident are absolutely happening.
Right. And y'all won't discuss that.
Undeniable, right?
And y'all won't discuss that at all. You know what I'm saying? Instead, y'all run around here doing these think pieces online and cussing each other out and calling each other all kinds of fucking names and generally making an ass of yourself. And it used to be a time where I thought, oh, these motherfuckers online doing that. Now look.
No, it's not just Don't see. I hate the whole social media is fake. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's furthered and ushered along by real people. And those real people, there are situations, despite what some people might try to tell you, where it is an absolute fact that perception is reality. Yeah. In certain situations, that's how that works.
Yeah.
So even, like I said, with this perfect example, even if it didn't happen the way that she said it happened, this is still a real scenario
it's a real thing that happens.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I did a video years ago called All Around Us, where I talked about the shit that you see happening online, the motherfucker that's in that comment section under that news story that's hurling these racist epithets, these anti-woman this, anti-man this, anti-this, saying the most virulent bullshit you could ever fucking hear. That is your neighbor. That is your coworker. That is your cousin. That is the person you went to school with. That is the bus driver. That is the motherfucker that's sitting beside you or behind you on the bus. These are real people. And the anonymity that a lot of them feel shields them from actual consequences and accountability for exposing how they really feel. Does not change the fact that they really feel this way. They're expressing this. These are people these are real people in your life, all around you. All that dumbass shit y'all see, these people have jobs. You know what I'm saying? These people have families. These people have a social network outside of the internet.
Yep.
Those people exist. Right? People exist. And even if you was to say to me, yeah, but they're only saying that because it's online. The mind that would think that this is how you're supposed to spend your time online.
Right.
Doing that and saying these excuses don't wash.
No.
In no way, shape, or form. They don't really think that way. They saying it because they're online. The fact that they think that this is how they should act and conduct themselves online is the red flags of red flags.
Yeah. Like the justification you're giving.
I'm laughing at Cindy. These are people in your name. And you
the justification that you're giving is toothless.
It's real. It really is toothless. And then this is the thing. If you ever watch the Joe Budden podcast, at a certain point they started putting this disclaimer before it, saying nothing you hear here is anybody projecting anything, not saying anything about all this shit. That's cap.
Right.
That disclaimer don't change nothing.
Not
Nothing.
No.
It's cap.
Yeah.
People a lot of times don't understand that the fact that you're engaging in that says something. You can sit here all day long and say, I didn't really think that. I was just the fact that you think that that's worthy of you, worthy of your public image.
Yeah.
It says something.
It says a lot. It says a whole lot.
A hell of a lot.
So, in short, even though I know it's not going to happen, get it together.
Nah.
No. I know.
They'll get it together right after they stop playing with you.
I know, right? Right.
Right after they stop playing with you,
right.
They
just, I hate it here. I hate it here so much.
I really did.
I hate it here so much. All right, moving on. So, I'm fairly certain that I can say this with confidence that neither one of us actually watched the VMAs.
See, I don't know that you could really. Yes, you could. I didn't watch it. And
But
I'm not going to.
Here's the thing. Nah, yeah, I don't really care to watch award shows anymore. But there's some things that came out of it.
Interesting.
And I kind of feel like some of them need to be addressed.
Okay.
Delicious or I don't know exactly how to pronounce her name.
The one from Flavor of Love?
Yes, the one from Flavor of Love. Oh, you're gonna get a kick out of this. Apologizes to Sukihana.
What up, Freethinker?
What up? Apologizes to Sukihana for her social media comment regarding the rapper's VMA appearance.
She made a comment? I didn't know.
Yeah, she made a comment. Delicious and Sukihana's initial exchange regarding the rapper's VMA appearance. On Tuesday evening, Sukihana took to, I refuse to call it that, Twitter. The 31-year-old rapper posted a provocative video of her at the 2023 MTV VMAs. Additionally, she shared the clip with a brief caption. First time at the VMAs, they knew who I was when they invited me. And in the video, it's basically her twerking on all fours while they're at the area where they do the pictures and shit. The rapper's clip was then reposted on Instagram by OnSite. As Instagram users shared their reactions to the clip, it was noticed that former reality star Delicious also chimed in. She said, "Too many outdoor shoes been on the carpet, Buttercup." However, Sukihana quickly entered the post-comment section to respond to the reality star's words. "Girl, you were sleeping with Flavor Flav. You ain't scared of nothing."
Yo, listen, hold on. Listen.
I can't hold you.
First of all.
She said, "Girl, you were sleeping with Flavor Flav. You ain't scared of nothing."
Secondly, why you don't step in that? Like, bro, let her do. She did what she did. Stay out of that.
Bro.
Stay out of that.
You, of all people, should not be talking about, like, you were
What's up, Discord?
There were a specific thing you were known for, man. And it was behind you.
Yeah, all that shit's behind her.
So, this reeks of respectability politics.
Well, no.
Reeks of.
That's exactly what this is. And it's that when you are known for it, and then you got.
Here's the thing.
It's virtue signaling.
I feel like. I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
It's pot calling.
Yeah, bruh. I just Sukihana's comment. Delicious appeared as a contestant on the second season of Flavor Flav's competitive reality dating show, Flavor of Love. On Wednesday, Sukihana returned to Twitter to share the exchange with her followers there. So she took a screenshot and posted it on Twitter. Additionally, the rapper added that she ate Delicious up. I mean, she did. That was you. You can't really ask for a better comeback immediately than that one.
That's
like
facts.
that. She wins. On Wednesday afternoon, Delicious returned to Instagram to apologize to the rapper for her words. She says, "Not today, Satan. First off, let me start off by saying to Sukihana, the GOAT, I apologize if my comment upset or offended you. I should have said, you too fine for that floor, which is a much more precise way of describing what I thought when I saw the post, or even better, not comment at all. But unfortunately, I never thought my comment would be viewed as an insult. My people told me not to respond, but the new agenda is to put women at odds and have us hating each other for no good reason. I refuse to conform to that agenda. I believe if you offend someone publicly, you should be man or woman enough to apologize and correct your mistake publicly. My comment obviously felt like a judgment, and that wasn't cool. I'm a fan and an advocate for women. No harm was intended, Queen, and I wish you a blessed something. It doesn't.
Well,
she
she
never finishes her statement.
I'm gonna give her some grace there, but I will, because I think that she did what a lot of motherfuckers wouldn't have done. But I have to say, next time, please understand that we wouldn't know who you are if not for the degradation of public television.
Absolutely, 1,000%, without question.
And you were one of the ones that participated in some of the earliest versions of that, of taking legitimate storytelling and turning it into throwing drinks on each other, all this other stuff. So bear that in mind before you approach somebody else whose contribution to entertainment required a bit more skill.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
No, I mean this is just factual. Like, bro, chill. Like, what do you? Why did you feel like you
didn't need to?
Were the person
you didn't need
that
to
needed to deliver this message? I'm fairly certain. A good point. I ain't gonna say it. I'm not gonna exaggerate, but I'm fairly certain that if I did my Googles, or if I went to Amazon to get that box set, we would see you on the floor.
Yeah, bro.
With your ass up in the air.
Because that's what she.
Yeah.
We're not gonna act like.
We not. Yeah. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. The whole I learned and I got better, so you can't possibly make the same. No.
And here's the thing. There's a way to take the idea that you are older, learned better, blah blah blah, without doing what you did. Like that.
1,000%.
Like that's not.
First of all, it don't got to be public.
It don't have to be public.
That much.
Hit her DMs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On some sister shit. Hit her DMs on some sister shit. Don't that public. You're saying now you didn't mean it that way as an insult.
It's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. I might. And I did like the public apology.
Absolutely.
I like that, but just bear in mind the next time. This what we're saying is for the next time.
Don't make the mistake again.
You can't. You
reserve your right to shut the fuck up.
Remember when we talked about before the show about certain people can't say certain things. You can't,
bro. You can't say this to Suki. Nah, bro.
Not you.
You know how they say right message, wrong messenger?
Yo, yeah.
This is wrong message, wrong messenger.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because that is another point that really needs to be talked about, because people be tripping on that very point, right? I've seen people try to excuse that by saying it don't matter who said it, blah, blah. Yes, it fucking does.
Yeah,
you know why?
does.
You know why it matters? Because we're human. See, the idea, logically, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Humans aren't logical. That's not how we.
That's not how we really work.
And you know this.
And if you do, you had to work to do that.
You had.
That's not natural.
Thing.
Yeah.
It didn't come naturally. Like, for instance, a lot of my responses to certain things came after an arduous journey of self-discovery. seeing the world, learning how to see the world a certain way, and learning not to take things that I believe personally as a personal belief with no evidence and then push on y'all like this is the goddamn truth. Right. So these are things we all had to learn, and well, I don't say all because a lot of them still haven't. Which I'm gonna talk about that in my weekly update. But a lot of us still ain't learned that shit.
Correct.
It's not easy. And you don't get to a point where you cross the Rubicon and all of a sudden you never make that mistake again. That does not happen. Right. But some of y'all not even trying. And it's, at any rate, yes, it does matter who says it. Because if you just killed 6 million people, get out of my face trying to criticize people who may have killed a one.
Right.
Like, nah, you not the person. All right?
Nah.
You not the person.
Like, you have to understand that if you actually care about a change, a person making a change, you have to, if you want anything from anyone, it's incumbent upon you to meet them where they are.
Facts.
Any situation, we can blanket this. Any situation where you want anything from another individual, it is incumbent upon you to meet them where they are.
You got to meet them where they at, B. And I had to learn that. I spent years of my music career attempting to be to contribute to the solution to the things I thought was a problem.
Yeah.
And I learned very quickly I had no power there.
Yeah.
No power there. People still was going to do what they was going to do. Sure, I affected some people.
Of course.
But in totality, as far as I'm concerned, that shit in that regard has gotten worse. So it's like,
sure,
you got to reach people where they are. Now I think I have a much better way when I discuss this with people, my family and friends who didn't take that journey. I have a much better way of reaching out to them because I go where they are.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But,
absolutely.
Oh, and by the way, Delicious, if you had a podcast and had said that, we may have given you a bit more grace because podcast it's there to comment. You commentate. But we still would have been on your ass if you tried to pull that.
No, this particular thing, and the other benefit of the podcast would have been she would have had more time to fully articulate.
That's very true. It wouldn't have just been in the characters on a post.
We would have had more clue of what her actual intent was.
Agreed.
All right, so the other thing to come out of the MVAs that we have any remote interest in, and again I say remote, Megan Thee Stallion clears up Justin Timberlake VMA's fight. So there was a video circulating, particularly on Twitter, I believe, of Megan getting ready to be visually seen. She was getting her hair done, I believe. And NSYNC walked because they reunited for the first time in however many years on stage at the VMA. And they were walking by.
Interesting.
It was, you see Justin say something to Megan. There's no audio. It's like a phone camera.
Right.
So you see Justin, you see him mouth something to Megan, and Megan's response, she looks visually flustered.
Yeah.
And she got the hands moving and all, Well, Megan Thee Stallion has cleared up the confusion surrounding her perceived tense backstage exchange with Justin Timberlake. The Houston hottie took to social media on Wednesday morning following the VMAs to clarify that there was no issue between her and the NSYNC frontman. It was all love. It was the opposite. She said, "I just talk with my hands." Justin, I love you. She captioned in an Instagram post while Timberlake hopped into the comment section writing, "Real hot girl shit never change." Timberlake also reposted the clip to his Instagram. It came with a video of them literally sitting next to each other,
right,
talking, laughing, joking. Actually, the funniest part about this is that initial video looked like she was fussing him the fuck out. It's actually almost the opposite. She was fangirling.
Well, it's funny because I saw a couple of takes on this early on before I saw the video.
Mm-hmm.
I saw people saying, "Oh no, she was on him, like not in a negative way." That's what I saw at first. Then I saw the video. I said, "No, it looks like she's fussing at him." I don't know what other thing, but then of course she comes out and clears it up, and I'm hoping we're assuming that that's true. Yeah, what she's saying is true.
Well, the argument is this is what happened. There was a backstage source who witnessed the exchange. He said, Justin, it's so nice to meet you. And Megan said, no. This don't count. Nigga. This don't count. We got to meet proper. Mm-hmm. So if you put those words with...
Yeah, you see
it makes sense.
Yeah.
You can see that being the case.
It does.
So I just thought that was... I like when we're so quick to jump to something negative. Well, and it turns out
that it's not.
That it's nothing negative at all. Yeah. It's all love.
That's great. Listen, I'm good. My thing is, I'm good with both. Like I'm good with because it's fodder for pardon, right? So if it was a negative thing, okay, we're gonna talk about it.
Oh, absolutely. Because it would have been good content.
Yeah, then I can actually feel good. Like, all right, it wasn't even beefy acting like that. All right,
absolutely,
okay. All right, yeah.
Absolutely. And I just also just in general, on a general tip, I am heartened to see any celebrity having a good interaction with Megan, given what has happened, what she's been through these past couple years.
Right.
So I like.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nice to see.
And unfortunately, I saw some early comments where people were bringing that up again, like this, like as if she wasn't the victim in that.
Yeah,
it's like y'all make me sick on levels that you couldn't possibly comprehend. Man. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is proven in a court of law. Yeah. Y'all can sit here all day long and play that dumbass shit, but this is the reason why motherfuckers don't come out and say nothing when shit happened to them. Yep. Because this is exactly right. And literally, I see this happen every time, yo. Every time y'all do exactly what they say. The reason they don't come every time. Surprises one time.
It's predictable. It's old hat.
It is. It is.
All right. Looking back, hold on, let me see, what's this other topic? Yeah, looking back, I wish I would have saved this for the last topic because it has a happy ending. So, goodness. Next up, Danny Masterson. Woo! Danny Masterson has been sentenced to what, 30 years or something?
They gave that nigga 30 years to life or some shit.
Yeah, for things related to sexual assault.
Yeah, listen, while you're describing this to people that may be out of the loop with it, I can still hear you, but I gotta move something.
Right. So basically those who don't know, those who have been under a rock, or those who just don't really do the whole inside baseball thing with TV shows and don't remember names of actors and shit like that. Danny Masterson played Hyde. Absolutely, Cindy. Danny Masterson played Hyde on That 70s Show. Other people that were on that show with him were Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, who are now married, and Topher Grace, Laura Prepon. I think that's her name. I think that's how you pronounce it. They were basically the main cast. They were the teenagers that were growing up in this kooky time and having all the shenanigans. And Wilder Valderrama. Actually, damn, isn't he a piece of shit too? Like, wasn't there some some shit that came out about Fez as well. Somebody let me know in the comments about that. So, like, this means effectively. And I saw Tim sent me this post. Let me see if I can find it about Topher Grace in this whole situation, where basically people were praising him retroactively, effectively retroactively, for here's the post. And it's a picture of Topher Grace. And it says, when you're the only cast member of that 70s show to not publicly support Danny Masterson, and were often chastised by your castmates for bailing on the show and being the weird one or being a bad kisser, but it's because you don't support or apologize for the monstrous behavior of Scientology. Now, that's a mouthful. There's some conflation going on in there. But the general idea is that Topher was kind of the one person around back then that was not putting up with the shit. Didn't encourage, didn't excuse, none of that shit. So, if that indeed is the case, I heard that he left the show for a different reason, but that doesn't mean that this couldn't be true as well. This could also be a part of it. But in any event, if he was the lone person not going along with and all that other bullshit, then absolutely props to him, because it's hard to do that. Especially when you're the only person. Yeah. When you're the only person, it's hard to do that. So
it's hard as fuck.
Yeah. So let's get into this article. Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, Ashton
has resigned from Thorn, the anti-child sex abuse organization that he co-founded in 2009 with then-wife Demi Moore. Kutcher served as Thorn's chairman of the board, while his current wife, Mila Kunis, was an observer on the organization's board. She is stepping down as well. Thorn published Kutcher's letter to the board announcing his resignation. He cited the backlash he received after it was revealed that he and Mila Kunis wrote letters of support on behalf of Danny Masterson ahead of his sentencing for rape. So just to be clear, this is the second public famous person that had sentencing coming up, and these motherfuckers went and wrote letters to the judge talking about their good character in scenarios where they were found guilty of some heinous shit,
bro. And on top of all of that, the things that I have been getting from the sentencing. Yeah. Certain things that Danny, he still didn't get how wrong people. Like, come on.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes, McKenna, that's exactly what that's exactly what I was thinking about. Thank you. Ashton says, after my wife and I spent several days of listening, personal reflection, learning, and conversations with survivors and the employees and leadership at Thorn, I have determined the responsible thing for me to do is resign as chairman of the board, effective immediately. I cannot allow my error in judgment to distract from our efforts and the children we serve. Victims of sexual abuse have been historically silenced, and the character statement I submitted is yet another painful instance of questioning victims who are brave enough to share their experiences. This is precisely what we have all worked to reverse over the last decade. The mission must always be the priority, and I want to offer my heartfelt apology to all the victims of sexual violence and everyone at Thorn who are hurt by what I did. And to the broader advocacy community, I am deeply sorry. I remain proud of what we have accomplished in the past decade and will continue to support Thorn's work. Thank you for your tireless advocacy and dedication to this cause. Kutcher and Kunis were two of more than 50 people who wrote character letters to the judge in the Masterson sexual assault trial. Masterson was convicted of rape and sentenced to 30 years to life earlier this month. After the sentencing was announced, Kutcher and Kunis' letters of support went public. And now here, but before we got to this point in the article, I was like, okay, Ashton, you fucked up because as humans, we do have this thing where we see the people that we know one way,
exactly,
and we don't take into account the totality of a human being,
exactly,
and the things that they know are shitty. So why the fuck would they show you?
Right,
that type of stuff. So at this point, I was like, okay, Ashton, I see what you're doing. You jumped out the window. You made a mistake. You realized the fire that you jumped into. You read the room. You extrapolated. You realize, oh, I am the face of this company that's supposed to be doing this, the thing that I'm hindering. Let me step aside. Yeah. Okay, cool. But, God damn it. An excerpt from Kutcher's letter reads, Danny takes his job seriously. He is kind, courteous, and hardworking. He treated everyone from the grips to the teamsters, to the actors, to the caterers as equals. As a role model, Danny has consistently been an excellent one. In Kunis's letter, she called Masterson an amazing friend, confidant, and above all, an outstanding older brother figure, adding, his genuine concern for those around him and his commitment to leading by example make him an outstanding role model and friend. The couple posted an apology video to Instagram. We are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson. We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future. Our heart goes out to every single person who's ever been a victim of sexual assault, sexual abuse, or rape. And the coup de grace. They also mentioned that they felt the need to mention that these letters were for the judge. They were never meant to go public.
Wow.
That caveat fucked up all the goodwill
because
that you could have gotten.
Because here's the thing. If they never went public, you'd have stood on that 10 toes.
Yep. 1,000%. Because there would not be a backlash to go to shield the company from.
Yeah. No, it sucks. So currently, I am in the midst of writing a script that's going to get read by somebody in the industry.
Yeah.
The industry is so fucked up that it's bad because I spent a large percentage of my life watching movies, TV shows, and generally having a good feeling about the creative outlet that surrounds actors, actresses, directors, writers, blah, blah, blah. The older I got, though, and the more aware I started getting of the culture in that, it makes me not want to like, give me my money. and I'm gonna purposely wait until the strike is up. Right?
Yeah.
To deliver the script. Because y'all suck. Like, it's a lot of suckage of people in that, and they're creatives, right? And listen, I have seen this my whole life because I've been a creative most of my life. Creatives are weird. They are. And it's that weirdness that kind of makes the creativity what it is a lot of the times. And there's nothing wrong with being a good-natured weirdo. But some of these people are weird on a level that's dysfunctional, that bucks all social conventions. You know, the stuff that we actually managed to put in place that's helpful for how a society is supposed to work. And it sucks. And I really don't want to be associated with a lot of it, honestly. but the conflict is, I do want the money. I want my creativity to be out there, and I wanted to generate money, right? And this is the system that's there. But the people in that system are horrible. 100% horrible. Well, I ain't gonna say 100%. But big percentage of it's horrible. And they will support shit and people who they know are out there doing fucked up shit. You know how many times we heard about people in that industry that for years they were doing some fuck shit like abusing women or some other fuck shit, and when it gets discovered, the people in that industry be like, oh, and start clutching their pearls like they didn't know, and then we find out, right? Heaven's the Murgatroyd. Then we find out you were either there or this was something that was well known about this person in that industry, and you all did this. It's whack, bro. It's whack. So
whack sauce. Yeah, the thing about this particular group of people is this was back when I still held celebrities to a higher regard when that 70s show was out.
Phenomenal show.
I'm still young.
Most part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Phenomenal.
I was still super young, not quite thinking as critically as I do now. So I still had this idea that celebrities are the best of us. So
Festivus for the rest of us.
Even though I've long disabused myself of that notion, these are still remnants of a time when I felt like that.
Yeah. Nostalgia,
so
nostalgia factor.
Yeah, so it hits a little harder seeing them all be pieces of shit.
Yo, yes.
Like each of you. So sexual assault is like you. We're all hypocrites. We're all hypocrites.
Everybody.
For you to be a hypocrite to this degree, you founded a company whose sole mission is to fight sexual assault. Sexual assault is terrible unless I know you. unless you're my buddy.
Yeah, that's basically what he's saying.
Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
You know what we're doing.
The fact that you started this company a decade ago, and this sentencing was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And you felt that it was appropriate to deliver the letter that you delivered? You're right. You absolutely need to have nothing to do with that company, but it's not for the reason that you gave. And here's the thing. What I don't want to do is this is an interesting situation of right message, wrong messenger. Because in this scenario, it is kind of. Because what the company has done, from what I've heard, I have not verified these sources or anything, right. But from what I've heard, what the company
is this a nonprofit?
Done, I have to imagine.
Because, bro, honestly, some of the stuff I've been reading about these nonprofits lately and how that whole structure works, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on around this motherfucker.
Let's see. Again, I want to talk about Wikipedia for a second.
You know there's a way to use Wiki, right?
Right. That's what I was about to say. Like, I hate when people just
be dismissive.
Blanket. Yeah, Wikipedia, the way it works, yes, anybody can edit what is on Wikipedia. However, the best Wikipedia pages have sources.
But see, therein lies the problem, sir. You see, these people have been accustomed to not fact-checking a motherfucking thing. What they do, if it verifies the bias I already have,
correct,
then this is the source I am going to use to then appear to be an authority and say to you, I did my research. Go on and do yours.
Right. So, I pointed that out But that's what I'm about to do right now. I'm not about to go into any of these sources. I'm just reading the Wikipedia page just for the context of what we're talking about. So, Thorn.
Exactly, Discord.
Thorn, Digital Defenders of Children, previously known as DNA Foundation, is an international anti-human trafficking organization that works to address the sexual exploitation of children. The primary programming efforts of the organization focus on internet technology and the role it plays in facilitating child pornography and sexual slavery of children on a global scale.
Jeez.
The organization was founded by Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher. Let's see. DNA was founded in 2000.
What up, Jason?
What up? At the time, Moore was viewing an MSNBC documentary on human trafficking and sexual slavery of children in Cambodia. While later researching some of the issues that were present in the film, she was inspired to act when she learned that child pornography and the sexual slavery of children were taking place not only in Cambodia, but in the United States as well. When the foundation was established, the name of the organization represented the couple, Demi and Ashton, DNA. Along with their joint commitment to addressing human trafficking. On November 15th, 2012, the name of the organization was changed following the dissolution of the founders' marriage. That's cute. Why don't you just say divorce? As of 2012, they remain with the organization as co-founders. The members of the board include Moore, Kutcher, Ray Chambers, United Nations Secretary General's Special Envoy for Malaria, Jim Pitkow, and the co-founder of Attributor. In September 2023, Kutcher resigned, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. Thorne works with a group of technology partners who serve the organization as members of the Technology Task Force. The goal of the program includes developing technological barriers and initiatives to ensure the safety of children online and deter sexual predators on the internet. Various corporate members of the task force include Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Mozilla, Palantir, Salesforce Foundation, Symantec, and Twitter. And the funny thing is about Wikipedia is what I just said, the citation next to it, there are two. One of them gives you the specific citation, and the other one says, the material near this tag failed verification. So, there are people who work for Wikipedia that work to fact check. No. Following the organizational change in November 2012, Kutcher and Moore made the following statement regarding the overall focus on technology. For the past 3 years, we have focused our work broadly on combating child sex trafficking. It has become crystal clear in our efforts that technology plays an increasingly large role in this crime and in the sexual exploitation of children overall. We believe that the technology-driven aspect of these crimes demands its own attention and investment. Corporate partners, Polaris Project, Girls Educational and Mentoring Services, National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, the McCain Institute, notable supporters, Simon Baker, Jessica Biel, Bradley Cooper, Drake, Jamie Foxx, Stacey Keebler, John Legend, Eva Longoria, Ludacris, Jason Mraz, Sean Penn, Adrian Peterson, Zachary Quinto, David Spade, Ben Stiller, Justin Timberlake, Miniclus, Sophia Vergara. All right. Everybody sit your bit. No, sorry. Everybody go ahead and wish an official Black Culture Geeks happy birthday to the one, the only, the man, the myth. The legend. Fabo.
I just saw that it was his birthday on Facebook and put the happy birthday shit on his. I just saw that shit. I was like, if I'd known that before the show, you'd have been all over that.
So it seems to at least be on the up and up. The company itself. And its goal is a noble one. Now, Ashton got to get the fuck away.
Yeah.
He does. Sure. And Mila.
Y'all got to bounce because this poor judgment.
Yeah, y'all fucked up. Y'all fucked up terribly. Royally.
It's more than that because just you saying it wasn't supposed to go public really puts a sour note on that apology.
Bruh.
Like
I said, I was all good with that article until that part.
Oh, so that one's supposed to go out. Yo,
Right.
That's why you apologize? Okay.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Next up.
Yes, Rebo. Exactly.
A Polish game show uses blackface to mimic Kendrick Lamar, Kanye West, and Beyonce. Polish game show, Your Face Sounds Familiar, is the center of controversy after blackface performances of contestants mimicking Kendrick Lamar, Kanye West, and Beyonce has gone viral. We're guessing that some black artists won't be taking the walk to Poland anytime soon. Over the weekend, clips of Polish game show Your Face Sounds Familiar went viral, showing contestants wearing blackface to perform songs by Kendrick Lamar, Kanye West, and Beyonce. For the latter two, contestants, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce their names.
Too many consonants.
Yeah, bro. Were seen performing West's 2007 hit Stronger and Beyonce's 2008 single If I Were a Boy. The premise of the game is for participants to replicate artists as closely as possible to win cash for the charity of their choice, albeit some using offensive tactics to get the point across. In the show's latest episode, Polish singer, again, not even going to, bruh, what? There's 3 vowels, and the name is like 13 letters long. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not even exaggerating. Polish singer wore blackface, a prosthetic nose, and braids to mimic Kendrick Lamar in a performance of Humble from the rapper's fourth studio album, Damn. At one point during the performance, he is heard saying the N-word. He even shared behind-the-scenes footage of him getting his makeup done to resemble Kendrick Lamar, however failed it was. He took home the top prize after the show, donating the proceeds to Children's Cancer Assistance Organization.
Got that W.
Something that, again, I can't pronounce. But not without Americans expressing their qualms towards the game show. Someone said, I'm going to visit my family in Poland next month, so if you don't hear from me for a while, just know the border control pulled up this post when I landed. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not taking the walk to Poland, blah, blah. Your Face Sounds Familiar debuted in Spain in 2011 under the name Tu Cara Mi Suena. The international television franchise has since popped up in Lithuania, Romania, Hungary, and Bulgaria. Although some countries have canceled the series, there also appears to be a kids' version of the show in the Philippines, which lasted from 2017 to 2018. So
my let me share with you an experience for why none of this is surprising to me at all. Years and years and years ago, before I had a kid, I used to work for a gun manufacturer. I used to make M14s and T48 assault rifles, Argentine assault rifles, the FALs, the FALs, along with an assorted amount of other firearms for a company that I don't think is in business anymore. Or at the very least, if it is, it's under a different name because the owner, who was my boss at the time, he passed away a few years ago. But he sold it before he passed away. Called Arms Corps. At one point, I was the only black person working at this place. Now, I got the job because my homeboy Dennis was there first. Dennis was there. He got me in. Then he winds up getting in trouble. So he's gone. It's the only black person in there. One of the co-workers was a guy named Andy. Andy was from Poland. And his perception of black people was ill because they didn't really get see a whole bunch of black people over there in Poland, right? So whatever perception about black people that is marketed and exported, that becomes what they believe black folks are. And it's not exclusive to Poland.
No.
This is globally.
Mm-hmm.
If we're not in certain areas of the world in great numbers or enough number where people can honestly go most of their lives without ever seeing a black person suffer on TV.
Middle America.
Yeah, right. America does more than export all these other products. It exports perception. And this is why I laugh when they say, what do you mean white supremacy? You're literally exporting that shit overseas. You claim it ain't here, but you're exporting it overseas in how people are viewed, right?
Facts.
There was a get-together that was happening downtown Baltimore that happened to be on the route for Andy going home. I believe Jesse Jackson had put this thing together or something. He was terrified of going home because it was going to be a bunch of black people there. Another co-worker, guy named, I used to call him Chezzy. Chezzy said to me one time, he said, you know, you're good for Andy. I said, what do you mean? Andy's perception of black people has been whatever negative stereotypes that get exported around the globe through media, entertainment, whatever. When he sees you, it gives him a reference that is not the totality of what black people are. I said, yeah, but I'm from the hood. He said, yeah, we know, but you come in here and you know how to act. You know how to conduct yourself when you come up in here. And I've had conversations with Andy over the years that I worked there. And I do believe I helped him see, yo, you can't go off of the shit you be saying in these movies and TVs and all that. You can't go off of that shit. However, it is not surprising to me that these people did that.
No.
Simply because I know we not over there in no great numbers.
Bro, anti-blackness is global.
And that's the other thing. Anti-blackness is global. It gets exported from the place where it's manufactured. Just saying. Just saying.
All facts. So, for all those people who deny it.
Yeah. It's funny as fuck to see them deny it when it's being exported through media and
no one's still doing blackface.
Right. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. But I often find, and this isn't the case all the time, but a lot of the times, the only people that seem to can't see racism is racist. But like,
yo, another quick thing about, I know this has been a hot topic on the show.
I'm laughing at Fab right now.
But
you with a plug?
Another quick thing about L.I. Shepard. Words mean things.
Do they?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know anymore.
Words used to mean things.
Words used to mean things. I was seeing, it was some video. I forget what the main topic was. It was some white person doing some racist shit. And it was a white creator that was going at them. No, it was a white creator. It was a white creator doing some racist shit. And then that one nigga that be sucking white people dicks, made a video, and it was a white man who responded to his video.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
And
exactly who you're talking about.
The one JJ fucked up.
Always beating his ass.
So the white dude that was pushing back against what he was saying was like, it was about the goddamn song, the Try That in a Small Town song. That's what it was about. The white dude, the black dude was like, it's funny, this isn't a dog whistle. And the white dude was like, This is absolutely a dog whistle. You don't know what the word dog whistle means.
Obviously.
Now, here's the problem. Neither did he. What he said, he wasn't totally wrong. It's not like, he wasn't totally wrong.
Right.
But what he said the definition of dog whistle is something that people, what did he say? He used racist, so I'll say racist. Mm-hmm. He said something that racists use that only other races would understand.
Yeah, he got it a little bit.
I'm like, you got that? You're wrong. Yeah. It's based on a dog whistle. The dog whistle is something that people use that only dogs can hear.
Right.
That's where the quote unquote damage is being done.
Right.
So the definition of the dog whistle wouldn't be something that racists use that only other races will understand. It would be something that racists use that hits the affected's ears a certain way.
Right.
That is what a dog whistle is.
Right.
So,
but he was in a realm.
Right. Right.
But I gotta say, I love when I see shit like that.
Absolutely.
Like, I love when you see some anti-black person get shitted on by a knowledgeable enough white person, right? He's like, yo, fuck are you talking about? I'd love to see that shit happen.
Absolutely. He went back and forth with that nigga too. And it was some clip. He was like, I bet you won't play the whole video. I bet you won't pay the whole video. I bet I will give you $1,000.
I saw that video. I know exactly what you're talking about.
If you play the whole video. Right. So he played the whole video, and he was like, all right, give me your money. So the white guy made a video expressing, this isn't the gotcha that you think it is.
Right.
He said, you playing that whole video proves that you don't care about the facts.
Exactly.
And it proves that quite a few of your followers don't care about the facts either.
Right.
And then he ended the video by saying, okay, so I told you I would give you $1,000. I absolutely did. But what I did,
I wanted to expose you,
was I made a $2,000 donation to whatever, I don't remember what charity it was.
Right.
And 1,000 of it was my name, and 1,000 of it was in your name.
Congratulations.
I'm like,
you
won. That's kind of slick. I ain't even gonna hold
it is slick. And again, the thing about that is, like, there's a certain amount of coddling that's been going on with grifters, and we gotta stop coddling grifters. Like, motherfuckers is grifting out there because they aren't really adding to the public discourse. And this is the thing about that kills me when I hear them talk about how much their free speech are absolutists, right? You're not really adding to the discourse. You're being disingenuous. You're lying. You're misrepresenting information that you clearly know is not this, but you're piecemealing it to make it fit your shit. You are not a good faith actor. Therefore, I don't want to hear you talk to me about how you are a free speech absolutist.
Completely accurate.
I don't want to hear that when you're not operating in good faith, and we catch you all the time.
In 4K. McKenna, yes, this is my favorite method of
lessons
teaching.
Through pettiness.
It's my favorite method of teaching. Like, what? All right. So, it's time for the weekend review. The floor is yours, sir.
So, another week without a working HVAC. Just gonna put that out there. We have a house it's not even halfway full of sick people. It's like 2 people are sick in here. Daughter, wife. This is all recent stuff, but it happened within this week. Right. That fucking sucks. Because of the heat that had been in the house, my daughter's fish died. Yeah, but it's fuck us, right? Because all we wanted was some AC in the summertime. Right. How dare we expect that? Also, another maintenance person came over. and told us it was broken. We already knew
that. No, they didn't, yo.
Yes,
that didn't happen again.
But the good thing that came out of that, I don't know if it's a good thing, it's just a different thing, is that not only did they find that one piece that was messed up, but there's something else about it that's messed up too. And 2 maintenance people pulled that out and was like, okay, so they gotta order both parts. So I said, when we gonna get them? January? Like, what the fuck? Yeah. This whole thing on that. And the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about for my week is just the sheer stupidity that I have seen throughout the course of this week from people. And funny enough, I saw an article pop up across the dashboard of my news stream.
Did you know?
I did. So I'm going to go into it a bit here because it's interesting the way a lot of this is framed. So it starts off. It may sound like an insensitive statement, but the cold, hard truth is that there are a lot of stupid people in the world. And their stupidity presents a constant danger to others. Some of these people are in positions of power, and some of them have been elected to run our country. A far greater number of them do not have positions of power, but they still have the power to vote and the power to spread their ideas. We may have heard of collective intelligence, but there is also collective stupidity. And it is a force with equal influence in the world. I would argue more influence. It would not be a stretch to say that at this point in time, stupidity presents an existential threat to America because in some circles, it is being celebrated. And this is the key point. It's not just that there are stupid people, but when you start celebrating stupidity is where you're rewarding people for being dumb and not being able to figure shit out and being proud of not being able to figure shit out.
Right.
Although the term stupidity may seem derogatory or insulting, it is actually a scientific concept that refers to a specific type of cognitive failure. It is important to realize that stupidity is not simply a lack of intelligence or knowledge, but rather a failure to use one's cognitive abilities effectively.
Yes.
This means that you can be smart while having a low IQ and no expertise in anything. It is often said that you can't fix stupid, but that's not exactly true.
Nah.
By becoming aware of the limitations of our natural intelligence or our ignorance, we can adjust our reasoning, behavior, and decision-making to account for our intellectual shortcomings. In short, what they're basically saying, years ago, there was a rap group called Third Base. They had a song that sampled in the beginning where the person said, he is stupid, but he knows he is stupid. And that almost makes him smart.
Almost. He right there.
To continue, to demonstrate that stupidity does not mean having a low IQ, consider the case of Richard Branson, the billionaire CEO of Virgin Airlines, who is one of the world's most successful businessmen. Branson has said that he was seen as the dumbest person in school and has admitted to having dyslexia, a learning disability that affects one's ability to read and correctly interpret written language. But it wasn't just reading comprehension that was the problem. Math just didn't make sense to me, Branson has said. I would certainly have failed an IQ test. So what is responsible for his enormous success? Both financially and in terms of being a prolific innovator. Branson attributes his success to surrounding himself with highly knowledgeable and extremely competent people.
Facts.
Branson's smarts come from his ability to recognize his own limitations and to know when to defer to others on topics or tasks
we gonna get into that
where he lacks sufficient knowledge or skill. So basically, years ago when I was telling artists, you may be good at what you do from a creativity standpoint, but you do not have administrative skills that you're going to need to push your career forward. And if you cannot do this yourself, go get some help so you can focus on your art. I had some of these dick-eating ass artists running around here trying to combat what I was saying. And I look at where they are now. To continue, this means you don't have to be traditionally intelligent or particularly knowledgeable to be successful in life. Make good decisions, have good judgment, and be a positive influence on the world. Stupidity is a consequence of a failure to be aware of one's own limitations. And this type of cognitive failure has a scientific name. Say it with me, folks. The Dunning-Kruger effect. The Dunning-Kruger effect is a well-known psychological phenomenon that describes the tendency for you dumb motherfuckers to overestimate the level of your intelligence, knowledge, or competence in a particular area. They may also simultaneously misjudge the intelligence, expertise, or competence of others. In other words, they are ignorant of their own ignorance. The effect has been widely written about and investigated empirically, with hundreds of studies published in peer-reviewed journals confirming and analyzing the phenomena, particularly in relation to the dangers it poses in certain contexts. It is easy to think of examples in which failing to recognize one's own ignorance can be dangerous. Take, for example, when people with no medical training try to provide medical advice. It doesn't take much internet searching to find some nutritionist from the alternative medicine world who is claiming that some herbal ingredient has the power to cure cancer. Right. Some of these people are scam artists, but many of them truly believe they have a superior understanding of health and physiology. There are many people who trust these self-proclaimed experts, and there is no doubt that some have paid their lives for it. What's particularly disturbing about the Dunning-Kruger effect is that people are attracted to confident leaders. So politicians are incentivized to be overconfident in their beliefs and opinions and to overstate their expertise. For example, Donald Trump, despite not having any real understanding of what causes cancer, suggested that the noise from wind turbines is causing cancer, a claim that is not supported by any empirical studies. It is well documented that on topics ranging from pandemics to climate change, Trump routinely dismissed the opinions of the professionals. He did some of that shit on TV, who have dedicated their lives to understanding these phenomena because he thought he knew better. It's bad enough that politicians like Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene don't recognize their own ignorance and fail to exercise the appropriate amount of caution when making claims that can affect public health and safety. But what is really disturbing is that they are being celebrated for their overconfidence, i.e., stupidity. It is less surprising that politicians who regularly exhibit the Dunning-Kruger effect are being elected to office when one realizes that they are being voted in by people who also display the Dunning-Kruger effect. A 2008 study by the political scientist Ian Anson surveyed over 2,000 Americans in an attempt to see whether or not the effect was playing a role in one's ability to overestimate their political knowledge. The results clearly showed that the people who scored lowest on political knowledge were the very same people who were the most likely to overestimate their performance. While this is shocking, it also makes perfect sense. The less we know about something, the less of an ability we have to assess how much we don't know. It is only when we try to become an expert on some complex topic that we truly realize how complicated it is and how much more there is to learn about it. This new theory of stupidity I have proposed here, that stupidity is not a lack of intelligence or knowledge, but a lack of awareness of the limits of one's intelligence or knowledge, is more important right now than ever before. And I'll tell you why. The same study by Anson mentioned above showed that when cues were given to make the participants engage in partisan thought, the Dunning-Kruger effect became more pronounced. In other words, if someone is reminded of the Republican-Democrat divide, they become even more overconfident in their uninformed positions.
Right.
This finding suggests that in today's unprecedentedly divided political climate, we are all more likely to have an inflated sense of confidence in our unsupported beliefs. What's more, those who actually have the greatest ignorance will assume they have the least. What we are dealing with is an epidemic of stupidity that will only get worse as divisions continue to increase. This should motivate all of us to do what we can to ease the political division. When we can clearly see the social factors that are causing people to become increasingly stupid, our anger and hatred toward them should dissipate. We do not have much control over our level of intelligence or ignorance, or our ignorance of our ignorance. But that does not mean we should accept stupidity as the result of deterministic forces that are beyond our control. After gaining a deeper awareness of our own cognitive limitations and limited knowledge base, we should do what we can do to instill this higher awareness in others. We must not just educate the public and our youth, we must teach them to become aware of their own ignorance and give them the skills they need to search for more knowledge and to detect when they or others are overestimating their knowledge or competency.
Yeah. Nigga, do I have a story for you today?
I bet you do. What up, sis? I bet you do. Again, I spent years devoting my art to addressing those things.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I realized it had zero effect, percentage-wise, to the larger conversation that was going on. That's when I knew I was, look, bro, you don't have the power to do. You don't. The people that you affected, dope. I get letters from people globally over the years. They tell me how much they learned from the music, helped them think a different type of way, all of that. And that's cool. I'm appreciative for that. But I will not be overestimating the power that I have to affect change in this or any area simply through rapidy raps.
Right.
It's not happening.
Right.
And that's my week.
Huh. You don't say. All right. Let's start with some white woman tears.
Uh-oh.
So, I needed to get some batteries for my flash drive. I mean, not flash drive, for my flash.
I'm about to say, flash drive needed.
Nah, for my flash. And one of my tires was a little low, and it was hot. So gonna give me a little icy. Now I have a compressor in my car, but since I needed to stop and buy something anyway,
you
I
might
stopped
as
at
well.
Wawa because Wawa does the whole free air thing. At least they used to.
Oh,
I don't know if they still doing that because apparently I went to the only Wawa in the area without an air pump.
Damn it.
So once I realized there was no air pump, I went to park at the storefront. I see the parking spot. I move towards the parking spot. I see this little red Civic coming through the lane to my right.
Little red Civic.
The parking spot that I see is on my left. All right. I assume that she just finished getting gas and is attempting to leave.
Yes.
So I was gonna let her do that before me. I wasn't in any rush. She gets like right in front of my car, but still in her lane. I'm thinking, okay, cool, I got this right. She is trying to leave. Now, if y'all remember, I believe that one of the dumbest things you can do is give up your right of way while driving.
It sets a bad precedent.
I didn't think that applied to parking. Now I have to amend that.
You have to amend that entire thing.
Right. But because I feel that way, whenever I am heeding someone's right of way, I intentionally and instinctively look away from them so that they just go ahead about their business instead of getting into this weird back and forth.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I intentionally and instinctively just don't look at them. So I looked away. In my peripheral, I realized her car is still sitting there.
Oh, damn.
She has not passed me yet. I look up, and she's pointing at the gas lane that's to my right. Oh, okay. That's where you're trying to go? Cool. You're going to have to move then. So I make eye contact. I point to the spot that's on my left that I'm going to park in. Mm-hmm. Apparently, she thought that I didn't see her the first time. And she gestured again.
This time with the middle
to
finger.
The gas lane.
Oh.
No. She gestured again to the gas lane that was on my right. That had to be what it was. Clearly, nothing else made sense. So I follow suit. Since we clarifying shit. I go ahead and make double sure that she can see me point to the spot that's on my left. At this point, I was pretty sure that everyone involved was aware of everyone else's intentions. So I pulled my phone out and started responding to messages to allow this lady time to understand and figure out how she was going to solve her issue.
Right.
After about a minute and a half, I finally, out of the peripheral, see her car go in reverse. She was a little slow. It's cool. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to realize what's going on.
It does.
As she's backing up, she throws her hands up. Her mouth is moving a mile a minute. I can only assume that she was thanking me for giving her ample time to figure out.
Is that what you thought?
I got it. That's the only thing that makes sense. Funniest part about this whole thing, she still ended up going back to the original gas lane she was in when I got there. Because the entire time that I was, quote, in her way, there wasn't a free gas pump in the lane. I don't know how she didn't see it. There was not a free gas pump in the lane that she was trying to go into.
Damn.
So I'm not sure. And here's the thing. Like I said, I fucked up. I need to amend that. I should not have given her the right of way. But again, I was parking.
So what?
And it was clear that she wasn't trying to park at the storefront. I was right about that.
That is not.
I know, nigga. Don't matter. Now I got to take that into account too. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Like, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Yeah. So, absolutely, sis. I encourage everybody that if you're driving and you are yielding to someone's right of way that they have, just don't look at them.
Don't look at them.
Don't look at them.
Like hold up, like that episode in The Simpsons. Just don't look. Just don't look.
Right. Just turn away. Just turn away. They'll get the point. Especially if you're not in a rush.
Yeah.
They'll get the point eventually. Now again, what I did was a bit extreme. But you not about listen, goddammit. You not about to I gave you this opportunity and now you mad at me because I didn't do exactly what you the fuck? Who the fuck do you think? Bring it back down. Apparently, again, I just if she's out there listening, which no, there's no way. If she's out there listening, I accept your thank you for me giving you the.
I don't think that was a
time. It had to be. Nothing else makes sense. Nothing else.
It doesn't have to make sense.
I'm just saying nothing else makes sense. The only logical thing in this situation to do in that scenario would be to thank me for allowing her time. Because I could have behaved a different way. I could have behaved a different way.
You could have. Maybe next time you will.
No. I mean, well, yes, initially. You ain't I'm just not I'm going to go ahead and park. But after it was clear that, like, the nerve of it was for her to have an attitude about it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, bruh, like, when the misunderstanding happened, absolutely allow the misunderstanding to happen.
Okay.
Because that's naturally what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
But after I say to you, so I slowed down so you can come out of this area. You crossed my face. That means you took my right of way. Regardless of whether I yielded it to you or not.
Facts.
It is then not on me to put my vehicle in reverse so that you can. No. No, either go past me and pick another gas lane.
Right.
Or back your monkey ass up so that I can get into this parking spot and get out your way.
And particularly considering the fact that there was not a gas pump available.
There wasn't a gas pump available in the fucking gas lane that was next to me that she was trying to get into. I don't know how she didn't, but then it was a small car. So it is possible that she just couldn't see that, there wasn't a pump available. But I don't care. That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, fuck that. So what?
That has nothing to do with me. Like, I just,
So what? So what?
So, shout out to her. Creative, just an EP, still streaming, available.
Assume that there's always music.
Just assume.
Hold on, can I say something real quick? I don't mean to cut into your weekend review. I don't know what's going on.
Well, no, it is still my weekend review.
Yeah, I don't want to cut into it. Okay.
No, I'm saying this is
this is part of it. Oh, okay. I don't know. Could somebody please tell me what's happening in Helsinki, Finland?
Yeah. No, well, the answer is no. No one would be able to let you know what's going on.
Because
ridiculously,
I am getting massive amounts of streams.
Yeah.
From Helsinki, Finland.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is it used to be USA, Canada. Now it's USA, Helsinki, Finland.
That's funny.
Like,
that's hilarious, actually.
It's so fucking random.
Yeah.
But did something happen over there where my music all of a sudden became relevant?
What I haven't told Tim, I was waiting until we got on live to say it, is I set up a streaming farm.
You're so ass. You are so
I set up a streaming
ass.
farm in Finland. And this is the result of just a couple hours of using it. So we about to be in the money, folks.
Yeah, that's what's up. I like that. Particularly with the song Bullet Holes and Bloodstains for whatever reason.
I told Tim, if he ain't seen this coming, it's kind of strange. So speaking of which, Insurrection Day is still out there.
There's always music.
It's always music. Power is still out here streaming. They'll Never Get Me Down is still out here streaming. The next song, again, is dropping soon. Promo is starting soon. I said that already. Launched a TikTok for the podcast. The username is Black Culture Geeks.
Nice.
One word. Lord knows we have a cornucopia of content that can go on there. As I get time,
we do.
I'll be clipping parts from episodes to go on there. So go
past episodes, current episodes.
Yeah. So go ahead and follow and like, comment, share, save, whatever we post up there. That would be greatly appreciated. I don't want this to be misconstrued. There will be a constant flow of content. When I said as I get time, I'm talking about me going to back episodes and clips.
Yeah.
I'm clipping these episodes as they happen.
Right.
It's the reason I started using the lower thirds segment again, so that I can have a frame of reference.
Makes sense. to where to take from.
Instead of having to watch
I have
episode.
some of the older clips that I chopped up a while ago. I'm gonna slide them your way. They not formatted.
Send them over. It don't matter. Right, I got it. I got that.
Funny shit too. Funny shit that I may have already uploaded like on Instagram or some shit that.
Yeah.
Funny shit.
Most of our episodes don't have the lower third thing, so that you gotta actually
scrub through the damn timeline to find the part.
That's what's going to be the hold up. The rest of the shit, it will be constant.
Right.
So and the old episodes will be time consuming. But like I said, the most recent and future episodes don't take any time to get the clips from.
Facts.
I've already set up the DaVinci document, so every time once I download it from here, upload it to Anchor, and grab the download that I downloaded from here, throw it in DaVinci.
Nice.
Find the fucking lower third. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is where we talked about this. Now I only had to scrub through a section instead of scrubbing through the whole.
The entire thing, right? Yeah. Right. Makes sense.
That's that. So again, everybody that's on TikTok, go ahead, follow Black Culture Geeks. One word, with a Z, of course. Go ahead, follow that. Now, work.
Are we entering the Dunning-Kruger era?
Bruh.
Sad.
It's a whole thing. So Monday at about 4:05 p.m. I get a text message from my homegirl, who's a manager at one of the jobs, about a printer issue at a different office. Mm-hmm. And she asked me, can I call them? The printer's not working, blah, 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 blah. I was driving at the time, so when I got to where I was going, what up, Palm?
What up, Palm?
So when I got to where I was going, I went ahead and I called them. Mm-hmm. By the conversation that I was having with the person, I could not diagnose what the issue was with the printer. Mm-hmm. So I told them I would try to be there in the morning. The issue with that was I was off Tuesday.
Interesting.
But I still told them I'm going to try to make it there in the morning. Mm-hmm. I get off the phone with them saying that I would have to look at it in order to fix it. Mm-hmm. 10 minutes later, she calls me back. Now, as my phone is ringing, y'all know how I am. I feel like every time something happens, I have this bullet time mini that happens where I slow down and everything slows down. And
that's funny. I have a character named Bullet Time.
That's funny. So in this 3 seconds, in my head, I'm thinking, why is my phone ringing? First, why is my phone ringing again? Second, looking at the phone, it's the place that I just talked to. What would be a good reason for them to be calling me back? Maybe the printer issue is fixed and they don't need me to come out. That's the only logical reason for them to be calling me back, given that I just explained to her that I cannot diagnose this over the phone. I have to be there, and I will be there tomorrow morning. And it is now 4:40 something, and the office closes at 5. So I answer the phone, expecting the good news.
Right.
Anticipating the good news.
Looking forward to the good news.
That's not what it was, of course.
Of course not.
She says, the printer is saying it's not connected and that there are 11 documents in queue. My response.
What was your response?
Okay. I'm going to have to look at it in order to diagnose it and to fix it, as I just told you 10 minutes ago. Well, I'm not computer illiterate, and if you can walk me through it, I can do whatever you need me to do. I don't want to go in there and mess anything up. Now, aside, this is outside of the conversation, and you won't. You won't go in there and mess anything up. Let me get this right. So you aren't computer illiterate, but you have issues comprehending simple sentences.
I was trying to figure that part out.
But
what? I was gonna let you go off.
Back to the conversation. I say, I'll be there in the morning. She says, okay, I guess I'll just wait until tomorrow to get these 11 documents. And I say,
oh,
I say, yep.
Guess you will.
Like, what the fuck? So, and just as I said, I had to go there to get an accurate description of what was going on. There was a symptom when I get there the next day. No, mind you, because I know how, I've worked for the company all my life. I know the schedules and all that other shit. So maintenance gets to work before the rental office agents gets to work.
Right.
So in my head, I'm like, this place is not that far from me, like 7 minutes away from me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go before the rental office opens, and I'm going to get maintenance to open the rental office and let me in so I can take care of this issue without having to see her.
Yeah, because you don't want to see her.
Nah.
You're good on that.
So I get there. There was a symptom that she didn't inform me of. One that, had she informed me, I wouldn't have had to get dressed and go into work because there is nothing that I can actually do to fix said particular symptom.
Yo, that sucks.
We had to call the company who services the machines. This is exactly why I went there before the office opened, because I didn't want to see her already, and if it was something I wasn't needed for, I would have struggled to restrain myself from saying things that I probably shouldn't say.
Like what?
Nah, that's not here there. That doesn't need to be in anybody's public airwaves. So I diagnosed that. I realized there's nothing I can do. I leave because it's getting close to 9 o'clock. I don't want to see her. So I call my supervisor, who's not my supervisor. Hey, there's an issue. Printer's not working. Printer's frozen. It doesn't do anything. When you plug the printer, I've restarted it 3-4 times. Still, it works for like 35 seconds.
She put peanut butter in that shit or something.
Shut up. So you can use it for like 3 to 5 seconds, then it freezes. And she was like, doesn't sound like it's anything you could do. I said, there's not. But I just wanted to touch base with you and let you know that they got to call quality.
Before some shit gets started.
Well, not even that. Not even that. It's the company that services the machines tries to play this weird game with us of, number one, the rate that they charge, and number two, what they feel is their responsibility as far as fixing.
I'm gonna tell you, bro, that
order to
just gave me a headache.
Bruh.
I know.
I know. Again, that's what I'm saying. All of this, that's what I'm saying. This is the perfect story for you, my guy. Because we know that's the case, we try not to call them. We try our best not to call them. So whenever either of us is dealing with one of these printers and we reach our end of what we think, we call the other one to try to figure out, like, is there anything I'm missing? Like, is there anything else that has happened in the past that is similar to this issue that we have the answer for, blah, 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 blah. We couldn't figure that out. She was like, yeah, they got a call. I said, all right, I'm going to call my homegirl because she's a manager. She's the manager who initially gave me this issue. Get up the phone. My supervisor's not my supervisor. Call my homegirl. Hey, you working today, right? She was like, yeah. I said, all right, cool. I need someone to call quality because there's nothing I can do with this printer. It's FUBAR right now as far as what my capabilities are.
Right.
And I said, I need somebody to call quality, but I also need it to not be that rental agent.
Yeah.
And she was like, why? I said, because I think she would fuck it up in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, no. Take the think out of the equation. She is 100% going to fuck that up.
In the process, in the half an hour that I was in contact with her, she would not listen to what I was saying. She was second guessing me.
Dunning-Kruger. Jeez.
She was going back and forth with me. I don't feel like she needs to be the person to talk to that company.
She shouldn't be the point person.
Right. My homegirl was like, yeah, I understand. You're right. So I'll go ahead.
Does your homegirl know which one you're talking about?
Yes. This particular office only has one rental agent.
Okay.
Yeah, so she knew exactly who I was talking about. Now, here's the thing. My homegirl is not the manager of this particular office. For some reason, the manager wasn't available, so the problem went to her. Right. So she's not so it's not like she has a unique knowledge of this rental agent's behavior. Right. No, right. She this was a surprise to her when I told her. So I get off the phone. She says, I'll take care of it. Enjoy your day off. I said, I will. We'll talk about that later. So I get off the phone, and I get back to the house. Wednesday, I go back into work.
Keep going, I can hear you.
Mm-hmm. I get a call from the office with the printer issue. It's the same agent. I pick up the phone. Hey, James, how are you? I'm fine. How are you? She says, I'm good. The next words out of her mouth were, who is the network administrator? I say, who is the what? She said, who is our network administrator? Now, here's the thing. I know what those words mean. But given my interaction with her so far, I'm baffled as to why she would, A, ask, or B, need to know. So, and I'm sorry, y'all. I try my best to practice diplomacy. I try my best to be tactful. This absolutely had to come off as condescending. It wasn't my intention, but I asked the question, okay, where is this question coming from? Now, I feel like that would only be condescending if you were smart enough to understand that I'm implying that you aren't smart enough to have to ask this question. But whatever. So I said, where is this question coming from? She said, quality wanted to know. I said, oh, okay. The people that service our machines are asking who takes care of the network at that location. All right, cool. That would be me. She says, okay, they said the issue is something with our computer. Now, I know that to be false. The issue that it's possible that there could be more than one issue. But the issue that I went there and saw with my two eyes and diagnosed with my two eyes was not an issue with our equipment. It was an issue with their equipment. Their equipment was completely frozen. So I said to her, so they got the actual printer to work? Remember, the actual machine itself was frozen. You couldn't use it. Her response to, so they got the printer to work, was, no, I still can't print. Instead of going back and forth with her longer, I said, are they there? Another thing that I'm sure came off as condescending. I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did. I'm certain it did. It was not my intention. However, I'm trying to not get further frustrated with this person. Are they there? She says yes. I said, yeah, let me speak to them. So, she puts the guy on the phone. He explains to me what the symptoms were because he didn't know that I already knew. He told me what he tried to that point. He told me what he was about to try. Mm-hmm. He told me he has no idea why she called me. He did not ask her to. Wow. He hadn't even had time to diagnose what the issue was.
Was that pettiness?
I don't know, but we'll continue. When I get off the phone with him, he's like, well, based on what's happened so far, I'm sure she'll call you back. I said, yeah, probably. So we get off the phone. He does what he has to do. About 10 minutes later, she calls back. Because you come back out, the guy said it's a network issue. We still aren't able to print or fax or anything. I said, wait, what do you mean you still can't do anything? She said, I tried to print and it's not working. Okay, is the guy still there? No, he left. Fuck. Okay, well, you should absolutely be able to fax. Faxing was working when I was there. Her response, he said I should be able to print. I said, what exactly did he, again, another condescending, I know, but it's necessary in this situation. I said, what exactly did he say to you before he left? She says, he said the printer is working, but there is a connection issue. Let's take a brief pause. Again, remember, the printer was completely frozen when I was there. Also remember that this is the person who was telling me that they weren't computer illiterate about 48 hours ago. Now, if the machine was completely frozen before, and he says to you that the printer is working now, but there is a network issue, and it's a network printer, why would you think you would be able to print? Simple context clues are currently fucking you up. So I say to her, you two are talking about two different things. He is saying the machine is now functional, but it isn't communicating with the computer. Her response, well, I have a bunch of work to do. My response, well, I'll be out there, but I can't tell you exactly when. In the meantime, you can absolutely still fax.
Also, fairly certain there's a broom somewhere in that office, sweep the floor.
Shut up.
Dust the shit.
Shut up. There's
it's
other work that could.
There's other work that
yes.
could be.
She says the stuff that I need to fax has to be printed. I said, okay, what are you faxing? She said VOEs and VOLs. VOEs are verifications of employment. VOLs are verification of liability.
She could put that digital file on a
no, stop.
flash drive.
Stop. I said, what are you faxing? She said VOEs and VOLs. I said, why can't you just email them? She said, I can email all of them except one. First of all, another break from the conversation. That doesn't make any sense. But trying to get her to explain would have only served to keep me on the phone
I was about to say.
with her longer. So I ignored that part. Yeah. Okay, so now I say to her, okay, well, can you email them for now? I'll be out there, but I can't tell you exactly when. She says, I haven't been here for 2 weeks. These have been sitting and piling up, and they need to get done. Again, let's take another break from the conversation.
Whose fault is it?
No. Let's take another break from the conversation. This is a red flag. And categorically incorrect. There is no possible way that this is the case. Because, now her issue, to this point, that I'll reveal, is she doesn't know me. I mean, that's one issue, Bone. That's absolutely one issue. So her issue is she don't know me.
Oh, well,
and she doesn't understand the connections throughout the company that I have.
That's definitely
the particular thing that she claims that she's working on that hadn't been done in 2 weeks is an impossibility because Debbie runs the application office. Debbie doesn't allow things to sit for 2 weeks. It's not how that works. So, but again, she doesn't know that I know.
But you know that I know that she knows.
So,
yeah.
So I say that's hilarious, Discord. So I say, okay, I'll be out there, but I can't tell you exactly when.
Right.
She says, fine. They've been sitting all this long.
Wait a minute, you've been saying that for a minute.
Oh, yes, that's the third time I said it. She says, fine. They've been sitting all this long. I guess they can wait. So I get off the phone with her. I call my homegirl back. I explained to her what happened to that point. She reacted exactly how I expected her to. But then she mentioned that she isn't the manager at that location. And I reassured her, yes, I know. I know that you aren't the manager at that location. And I did not have any expectations for you to actually do anything about it. I just needed to tell a responsible adult what happened.
Yo, you sound like one of the kids in the classroom. Some shit goes on. You were involved, but not really. You need an adult because these other motherfuckers are children, and you recognize.
I read the room.
Yeah, it's children. I just need a.
Yeah, this is gonna go off the rails if I don't.
I need an adult.
Hey, listen. I just need you to be aware. So she let me know that she had already informed this agent the day before that if she needed anything that absolutely had to be printed, that her office would take care of it for her.
Right.
By the way, the agent that has been doing the stupid stuff so far, that's the one I told y'all I was in the office one day and she was spouting all these conspiracy theories to somebody on the phone in front of me.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
this is Kruger.
Yeah, this is her. That's why when I'm like, yo, I got the story. I got the story for you, my guy. All right. So I'm trying to get back to what I was doing. I get another phone call. This time from another manager who is filling in at the location that has the printer problems. For reference, this is the manager who said out loud to me as a grown woman that I should just let her have her way because everyone else does. That manager. Because everybody else does. Okay. So
I'm not doing that shit.
Like, bruh.
Fuck out of here.
So this is her first time hearing about the issue for some reason, even though it's a problem that's been going on for 3 days. Also, she's hearing about it from the already flustered and well uninformed agent. So I'll give the manager a tiny bit of slack, but not much. She called trying to do a very similar thing to what the agent had tried to do. This is the reason she doesn't get much slack, because she tries to employ this tactic all the time. She does this thing where she tries to exaggerate the severity of an issue in order to try and manipulate me into getting there faster.
How's that working for her?
Now, sometimes when she does this, I just say okay, and I get there at the same pace that I would have gotten there already. Like, this time, I was already annoyed, though.
Yeah, I can imagine so.
She calls me. She's, hi, JD, how are you? I'm good, you? I'm good. Are you going to stop by today and take care of our printer? Ma'am, this is the 4th time today that I've been on the phone about this printer. I will get there, and the problem will be addressed. She says, today? I said, I didn't say that. She says, we can't do any work. I said, that's simply not true. She says, well, what if somebody comes in to do an application? Our supplier stops sending W-9 forms, so we have the master on the PC, and we have to print them out every time. I say, yeah, that's not how that's supposed to work. She said, that is how it works. Our supplier stopped sending them to us a while ago. I said, oh, I know that. But I also know that's not how that's supposed to work. Who do you think put the master file on the computer? Who do you think implemented the protocol that was supposed to happen? Me. What's supposed to happen is that you are supposed to have one printed out as your master copy, and you're supposed to make your copies from that one. Once the copy starts to produce bad copies, you're supposed to print another one.
Right.
This is because of how we pay for our printers. It costs a fraction of what it costs to print to make a copy. So she says, well, that's not what they do here. And I respond, well, that's not my problem. That they aren't doing what they're told.
Yeah, because they should be doing
what I just informed you of. I know that because I'm the one who implemented the policy.
And I just informed you thusly. So.
Right. So I said, well, it's not my problem. They aren't doing what they're told. She says, can you just get here? Ma'am.
Yo, why does she?
Ma'am, you are not the only property in the company.
Yo, why does she keep thinking that you're supposed to be on beck and call to come back there all these times? What the fuck?
You're not the only property in the company. She says, but we are the only property currently having printing issues. Touche. However, printing isn't the only fucking issue that can pop up throughout the company. So she says, are you going to be here today? I need to know if I have to go somewhere else.
That's so annoying.
I need to know if I have to go somewhere else to get something, and I don't want to drive somewhere if I don't have to. And I told her, don't base that on me.
Right.
If this issue is as urgent as you claim, you might want to go ahead and do what you can do to take care of it.
Exactly.
What if I do come by today and I don't get there until 4:00? She says, why are you being so difficult? I said, I'm not. Side note, at this point, I absolutely was.
Yeah, I know.
Here's the thing, yo. I already told your agent that I was going to fix the issue. When I talked to her, I didn't imply that it wouldn't be today.
Right.
I simply told her that I wasn't sure when, as in what time. If she would have just left that there and not gone gloom and doom, we wouldn't even be on the phone right now. I wasn't sure what time I would get there because, like I said, I was supposed to work in the downtown office all day, and my normal weekly schedule has already been fucked up because I was off Tuesday.
Right.
And I had to be downtown all day Thursday because we had a meeting. So on top of the fact that I wasn't just sitting around twiddling my fucking thumbs, I was actually in the middle of a project that kept getting interrupted by y'all and this goddamn... No. I was in the middle of a project that kept getting interrupted by y'all and this goddamn printer.
This is the thing that bothers me, bro. That's the thing that bothers me is this assumption.
Right.
That you don't got nothing else to fucking do.
Right. God forbid any of these conversations took less than 5 minutes. No, each of them were over 5 minutes. But then, on top of that, I had to figure out the entire rest of my week. Also, I had to factor in whether I was doing that entire side of town or just going out to that particular job. And if I was just going out to that one particular job, since it's so close to my house, when would I be going out? And then even another thing to consider is I didn't know exactly what was wrong. So I had no idea, no way to tell how long I would be there.
Right.
Again, if the agent would have just let it be, we wouldn't be on the phone right now.
Right.
So she says, if you just told me you would be out today, I wouldn't be bothering you. And here's where I was able to bring it back in. And I said to her, you aren't bothering me. I get paid to do this. She said, so I'll see you later. I said, the problem will be addressed. She said, today? I said, I never said that. She said, okay, fine. I'll see you later. Wow. Okay. Now, when I got off the phone with the agent and I called my homegirl, I was about to go to the location. That was the plan. I was going to start to make my way to fix the printer. That's the reason I called my homegirl. I wanted to get some steam out in a way that wouldn't get anyone in trouble.
Right.
And would get me laughing and in a better mood before I have to go deal with this agent in person.
Right.
Now that I got this call, I now have to calm down again. The last thing I want to do is go into this environment with 2 sources of stressors. That's hilarious. The last thing I want to do is go into this environment with 2 sources of stressors with my stress blocking reserves on E.
Facts.
That wouldn't be good for anyone involved. So, when I went, to get some junk food, then I went to another job first just to help get myself
a little
better.
bit.
Yeah.
And a little distance from that.
Here's the thing.
Bullshit.
I didn't even take my whole lunch break. I got my food and I ate it at the office. Even though the outcome was, the location with the printer waiting longer, that wasn't my goal. I wasn't intentionally.
That was a happy.
It was
accident.
Yes, happy accident. Happy accident. So whenever I have something in my week that was this annoying, I try to make at least a little bit of a teaching moment for the show. So I get to the location. The way their network is set up, the modem is in the basement. There's a Cat5 cable that's ran from the basement straight up into a closet that's in the main office. In that closet sits the firewall/router. From that firewall, cables are ran out throughout the walls to outlets. These outlets are where the things that need internet sit. The outlet where the printer is has another device over there that needs internet, and neither of the 2 devices have a pass-through, so there's a dumb switch there. The dumb switch effectively just takes one internet input and turns it into several.
Oh, I thought you was talking about your coworker. Go ahead.
Shut up. Given all of the troubleshooting I personally did and what the dude from the company told me he did, I figured a good place to begin looking for problems was the switch. I look at the switch. There are 2 cables that have the green connectivity light thingy. That's a good sign generally.
Is it? Is it?
But not in this case.
Oh.
Immediately not a good sign because the problem instantly becomes more complicated. Eventually, a better sign because it led me to what the answer was. Now, I see the 2 lights lit. This should mean that everything is connected. I restart the printer. When it starts back up, it doesn't freeze. That's already progress.
But wait a minute. I never freeze.
Shut up. That's already progress. So I print out a report from the console. The printer has its proper IP address. Bet. I go to one of the computers. The computer still says the printer is offline. Okay, so I try to ping the printer from that computer. It's unreachable. Okay.
Unpingable.
I mean, no, it's still, whatever.
Oh.
I go back to where the printer is. I look at the other device that's running off of that switch. That other device is off. Teachable moment number 1. That should have alerted me that something was wrong with the switch because there shouldn't have been an activity light if the device was off. But that didn't cross my mind for a very particular reason that I'll get to in a few. I turn that device on and it's saying it needs some sort of update. So I go to apply the update and it's saying that there's a network issue. Now I am temporarily stumped. I mentally go through everything that I knew to be true.
Right.
Nothing stood out. I look back at the switch and then I notice it. Teachable moments number 2 and 3. Number 2, if you are helping somebody, never underestimate the depths of human error that are possible. No matter how smart this person or people may seem otherwise, there's always a chance that they have done something unfathomable to fuck something up. Always. There's never a 0% chance. Teachable moment number 3, if you are a normal user of something, stop overestimating your abilities. Especially with something you either didn't pay to learn or you aren't paid to do. Are there exceptions? Yes. Yes, there are absolutely exceptions. But I think it's a safe general rule. And no matter how often you do something and happen to be better at it than the people who are normally around you, you still should defer to the actual and relative experts. Now, let me clarify. Defer does not just mean to listen to their advice.
Right.
It also means that if you have a problem, everything that was done before they got there needs to be relayed to them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's go back. When I talked to that guy from the company, remember how he told me everything he had done and everything he was planning to do?
Right.
That's because I was the relative expert in the situation. He was the expert on the machine itself, but I was the expert on our network at that location.
Right.
So what did somebody do? And I say somebody because there's no way of me proving it. I didn't even bring it up to them because y'all just gonna lie.
Hey, Napalm, you pushing P.
Shut the hell up. So, what did some genius do? Some genius had both ends of the same Ethernet cable plugged into the switch. Now, for those that don't understand what that means, remember I called this a dumb switch. That just means
I do.
It doesn't know anything. All of the ports on the switch are able to send and receive data. So when you do this, you create a loop.
Right.
This loop stops.
Sean P just said it.
There we go.
He just said it.
That loop stops the switch from effectively being able to handle the traffic.
Ah, that son of a switch.
Because again, it's a dumb switch. It doesn't have any protocols in it to recognize when it's being fed the same data. It doesn't have any protocols to tell you which port has to be the import and which ports are the out ports. It doesn't have any. It is simply a mechanism. No, shut up. It is simply a mechanism to share the data, the internet connection.
They called it a human switch.
I mean, I did say dumb. So yeah. I don't know. I can't. Here's the thing. I can't say that it was her that did it. Right? I can't be sure. I cannot be sure that it was her who did it. I cannot be positive. The cameras don't go in there. So whoever did it, I would have no way of knowing.
Right.
However, somebody did it. Because the printer was working before that point.
You know, Sherlock Holmes was fond of saying, once you eliminate all other possible explanations, the one that's left, no matter how absurd, how ridiculous, has to be.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, hold up, right? In my head, remember, let me listen to sis, and let me say this again.
Right.
Teachable moment number 2. If you are helping somebody, never underestimate the depths of human error. Possible.
Bro.
No matter how smart this person or people may seem, otherwise, there is always a chance that they have done something unfathomable to fuck something up.
Something so obscenely.
Jonathan said gremlins.
Something so obscenely stupid. Something so grotesquely dumb. That anyone else would think that's not no.
Because why would I assume anybody would do that? Now here's the thing. Why would anybody do that? That's the issue. That's where the cognitive dissonance comes in as someone who is helping someone.
Right.
Because why would anybody in their right mind do that? Well, the only reason I could think of is something wasn't working. Okay, well, if something wasn't working, why wasn't I fucking called?
There's no answer to that.
Right. Exactly. So, again, do not underestimate the depths of human error.
the abyss of human stupidity is bottomless.
Yo.
And it's one of these things where the difference between us and a lot of people is that when we stared in the abyss and they stared into the abyss, but when they stared into the abyss,
it looked back.
They looked back.
Yo, so and she had me at I'm not computer illiterate. Oh fuck! When I heard that sentence come out of my mouth, I was like, "Yo, this is going to be."
Somebody says that. When somebody says that, they are. And you can replace
because I made no implication.
Yeah, you can replace that with anything.
Because I made no implication that she was. All I said was I need to see it in order to diagnose it. Because that wasn't a slight against her at that moment when I said it the first time. That was not a slight against her. That was this is not something that you know. This is not something that you're uniquely aware of. I have a little bit more experience, and I'm vastly underselling that. I have a little bit more experience with this than you do.
You are really underselling really.
So there are things, that can catch my eye that won't necessarily catch your eye. It's that facts, McKenna.
Yeah. That's
and this is the type of stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It goes, like I said, this story is the story for this week, given what you said. And
yo.
This is the definition of stupidity.
This is the example for that article. And I didn't know he was coming with this story. He didn't know I was coming with this article.
No, not at all.
You know the thing that's crazy? Maybe that's not as impressive as we think. Just because of the sheer number of stupid.
I mean, what? You got something there.
You know what I'm saying?
You got something there. You absolutely do. And it's like, bro, like, I don't be bothering nobody.
Wow.
That's my big thing. Shut up. Wow. That's my big thing. I don't be bothering nobody because I don't want to be bothered. We talked about this a week or two ago. I don't be bothering nobody because I don't want to be bothered.
Well, here's the problem. The particular field you in
exactly
requires you.
And here's the problem with that. A good portion, a decent portion of the people who work at my company that I have to interact with because of this reason are reasonable people.
Are they?
A good portion.
Are they?
But the ones that aren't, nigga. The ones that aren't miss the field goal by 40 yards. Like,
and that's the part about all of this that is so frustrating, because a lot of these exchanges don't have to take place that way if people stay in their fucking lane.
Just do what you do.
Do what you do. And another thing is, if we all understand that each of us has work to do today, so we don't go out of our way to try to waste each other's time. You understand that the other person has priorities too. It's not just about you. Correct. If you're like with me, so when I ran sanitation for Overnight Phillips, seafood, right? There were times when machines would break down and we needed maintenance to come and fix the shit.
Right.
Everything that I do before I call maintenance is to make sure that when maintenance comes, they have a smooth transition from them not knowing what was happening to them knowing what was going on, them fixing that shit, and them going back to the comfort of their warm office, because I didn't need that shit holding up my work. So I'm not going to hold up their work when they come out here to do this shit. This is simple shit, yo. It really is. The only time it's not is when people have a sense of entitlement about your fucking time.
Yo. Either an entitlement about your time or an overestimation of their ability.
And that's the other thing. Like, some of those machines, could I fix some of the
Possibly,
shit?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But I could also, in the attempt to fix it, fuck it up worse.
Right.
So to cover my ass, right, and to make sure that this breakdown does not extend so long that it prevents certain things from getting work, because there was a timetable in the morning, they need to get started. Production. The time that's taken away from them getting started is money. This is clearly a case of time equals money, right? So when I call a maintenance person up there, like, yo, this shit ain't doing this, blah, 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 blah. When they come up there, I already got in what I'm going to tell them, what happened, what was happening when it broke down, what it's doing or not doing that's supposed to be doing or not doing. All of that shit they know before they get there. And they already know that I'm not going to go beyond my skis. So, yes, I know how to fix some of this shit. And the little small troubleshooting shit, absolutely. But I am not digging into the guts of this motherfucker here to do any of that shit, even if I'm fairly certain that I can do it. I'm going to let the expert come up here and do that shit.
I mean, that's what they're for. That's why in that conversation with that other manager, I was like, this is not a bother. I need to do this. The only bother is all the extra shit that you're doing.
Yo, what I'm going to need for Napalm to do.
That's hilarious.
Is relax.
And what I'm going to need for you to do is ask a question.
Hey, I'm going to need you to mind your business.
My bad.
Mind your business.
My bad. But it's like, with all of that, the extra stuff is what's the bother.
Right.
The printer not working, you asking me to come fix it is what the fuck my job is.
Yeah.
I have no issue with that.
Yeah.
The extra.
It's all the extras. It's all the extras.
And oh my God, I can't do any work. So you're gonna throw your real manager. You're throwing your real manager under the bus because you're saying that she doesn't know how to run her job effectively without you being there.
Yeah.
Which is not the case. I know that's not the case because I know who your actual manager is, and she does work. She puts work in.
It's always the extras, bro. It's like a lot of the times, the inconvenience is going to be what it is. It's the nature of the job.
Absolutely.
But when you start throwing extras in that shit, it makes it even more inconvenient to me. And now I'm looking at you.
Bruh.
And user error is more than just what you did or did not do wrong with the thing you were working on. It's also how you deal with me.
Yep.
That's also user error.
Nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Because what you're not about to do is rush me.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Funny. The last person that tried to do this got called out by my supervisor who's not my supervisor. And to this day, we have not had a full conversation.
Of course
because she doesn't.
Because more
she realizes what she did, and she doesn't try to start conversations with me anymore because she understands what the fuck she did.
Yeah.
I'm not the listen.
Don't play with me. See,
again,
you can, but there's
consequences,
bro. I told you last week, my brother Marlon said, it's not my job to stop you from doing shit. Nope. It's my job to make you pay for that shit after you do it.
Correct.
That's it. That's it.
It's like, bro, nobody is breathing down your... By evidence about the fact that the manager that I'm filling in didn't know about the fucking issue.
No, right.
Ma'am, Miss Rental Agent, nobody is breathing down your neck to do whatever it is you claim you can only do with the printer. Newsflash.
Say it.
Quite a bit.
Say it.
Of what is necessary for your job. A printer is not absolutely necessary for.
It's a convenience. It's
a convenience.
Yeah.
It's a convenience. It's
not a necessity.
It's somewhere between the convenience and an archaic way of thinking that parts of my company still have. That you need the paper. You need something tangible. No, you don't, though. You really don't. But
you really don't.
I get it. I understand why you feel that way, but you just feel that way. It's not
and it's
true.
Okay, so here's the part where we separate how you feel from the truth. Now, I've told motherfuckers before to stop saying to me, people mad at you because you told the truth. You're saying that's the truth. You said how you truly felt.
Right.
Saying how you truly felt is not synonymous with saying what actually happened.
Right. Get
that out of your fucking head when you do that persecution complex shit y'all like to do about people don't like this because I tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
No. You said how you truly felt. You did not read the room. you lack emotional intelligence, and then they got in your ass because not only were you wrong, but you expressed it in a way that pissed everybody off. That's what happened. Miss me with the I told the truth. No, the fuck you didn't. You said how you truly feel. Repeat that as many times as necessary so y'all can get off that fucking pity wagon that I see some of these motherfuckers be on talking about they got mad at me because I told the truth. Well, what did you say? And then you tell me what you say, and I go, yo, but that's not true. Fuck are you talking about? Stop it. Y'all need to, man, do something with yourself.
I don't know if they're capable.
Jeez.
All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for the asshole. All right. So, first one. Am I the asshole for not attending my sister's wedding?
Depends.
I'm a 28-year-old male. My sister, 24, is getting married at the end of this month on the same day as my child's first birthday party.
Oh.
My wife scheduled it for this day because it's the only day certain family on her side can come. She also locked this day in before we knew her wedding would be then. My sister and I aren't close, but last year I had a major fallout with my parents and I'm not on speaking terms with them. My parents have also never met my child. I made a point to sit down with my sister last year while I was having problems with my parents to make sure she knew I didn't have a problem with her. Since then, she still kept me updated about major points in her life. She started dating the guy last September. He proposed in April. I had never met her fiance when he proposed. I haven't been attending any family gatherings. So in May, my sister asked if we could all go out to lunch. The whole thing was pretty normal first meeting type stuff, but otherwise, not unpleasant. About halfway through, her fiance got up to go to the restroom, and my sister asked if there was any chance that our parents could meet my child. I said that I didn't want to discuss that at that time. She got very quiet, and we tried to move on to other topics. She then asked if we would be going to her wedding. At this point, I had already been feeling conflicted about it because I didn't want to be the cause of any drama at her wedding. My wife said that she was sorry, but we had already planned... my wife said that she was sorry, but we had already planned our child's birthday for that day, so it wouldn't work. My sister seemed upset, but let it go, and we awkwardly finished lunch and left. My wife pointed out that it felt to her like the whole thing was just out of obligation, and that it seemed like my sister just wanted to ask those questions and the rest was normal fluff. She also pointed out that my sister basically ignored our child the whole time other than saying how big they've gotten, which is very out of character for her. She loves babies. I felt like I wanted to explain that I don't want to stir the pot and that I don't trust my parents to not do that if I showed up. But since she seemed upset, I figured I should give her space. The next time I saw my sister and her fiance was at my youngest sibling's baptism in July. I went by myself since my youngest brother specifically asked me to come. And all they said was, "Hi, nice to see you," before walking away. Since then, my sister hasn't spoken to me at all, so I feel like I've offended her. I feel like an asshole for not at least trying to go for a little and support her. I've also been trying to decide if I should get them a gift or if that would complicate things. I know I feel guilty anytime.
How would it complicate things?
I don't know. I feel guilty anytime I find something my parents have given me, and I've even had to make myself get rid of some of the wedding gifts they gave us because I get too many mixed feelings. I don't want to put her in a similar position, but I feel like an asshole for not doing something for them or at least explaining myself. Am I the asshole?
So, I know it's very popular for people to have definitive am I the asshole things, but I don't know because your first child's birthday, well, your child's first birthday, right?
Yeah.
Your wife's wedding. Now the odds are, some might say,
your
the child's going to have a birthday next year.
Your wife's wedding already happened. This is your sister's wedding.
Oh, my fault. Your sister's wedding. Your ass. Now some might say, well, the child's going to have a birthday next year. Yeah, but
stop. You're the asshole. The baby isn't going to know that the date isn't on her birthday. The first birthday party is entirely about the adults just moving. So I just wanted to. You're right. You're very prescient.
You know what
you're very prescient on that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. A lot of that is about like my daughter don't remember her first birthday party.
Most children won't.
Right. But your wife, your sister is only gonna get married. Presumably once. We don't know. Sure. Presumably once. I don't know.
Here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing. As someone who
close the weddings.
No, actually I've only been to maybe 2, maybe 3 weddings in my life. But as someone who is a firm believer of standing on what the fuck I said, if I was in his shoes, I probably would handle it similarly, with the exception that I would have tried to explain. Yeah. That's the only thing I would have changed. The only thing I would have changed.
Would you have? Let me ask you this: would you have purchased her a gift?
Depends on how it went when I tried to explain. Because I'm not in the business of giving you something you don't want.
That's true.
If I try to explain and you completely disregard my stance, which I understand. I make jokes about this all the time. The wedding's for the wife. But we still live in the world. And there are still other things outside of you that are important.
Facts.
So if I try to explain my position that, this birthday party was planned before you informed me that you were even getting married.
Especially if there was money put involved in it. My wife's /
the mother of the child, her family would only be available that day for that party. When I explained to you that I don't fuck with our parents because some bullshit that either maybe I did or maybe they did, but whatever the case may be, I don't fuck with them.
Right.
And clearly they're going to be at your wedding.
They're going to be there. I mean, I don't know. Somebody might have said, well, clearly your brother's going to be there, and he's not. I'm just saying.
Well, here's the thing, though. With all that, if you be disappointed, absolutely, you have every right to be disappointed. But if you are a little understanding, then no, I'm not getting you a fucking gift.
I need this link, Discord. Excuse me, I know this is completely inappropriate. I need the link to this video. Right?
Damn nerds, get out of here. So
excuse me, that's geeks.
What? Both
nerds are smart.
No. Both. Listen. So here's the thing. This overall has been rated that they are the asshole. Like overall, like overwhelmingly. Someone says not the asshole. People without a toxic family don't understand.
Woo!
And they're like you're the asshole, and they're saying that you're the asshole because of it.
That's a bar right there. That's a bar.
Hey, you not talking to your parents makes events like weddings, baptisms very hard, and it sounds like your sister is not supportive of you being no contact. Likely because now she's getting pushed on by your parents.
Oh, that's a thing. That's happening.
You may lose your sister as a part of this, but not because you did anything wrong. You're protecting yourself and your family, your nuclear family. Again, I hate that word, but yes, you're protecting yourself and your family, your nuclear family. It's like crabs in a pot of water that is slowly starting to boil. Some will realize it and try to climb out, but the others will pull them back in, and they all boil together. Your sister is trying to pull you back in. It's like she thought you would get over you being non-contact at a certain point, but now you're sticking to it. And now she's getting pressure to make sure you're at the wedding to present the happy family for your parents, or they will look bad. Also, they want to meet the baby. Don't open the door out of guilt. You went non-contact for a good reason, and your parents are the same people they were before you went non-contact. Don't undo the safety wall you created for your child. I mean, listen, there are some points in this response.
There are, yo. I mean, but the whole idea, I think, that needs to be examined thoroughly every time is people who don't come from toxic families trying to project what that shit is like.
For you to understand.
It's hard for you to get it. Now, I don't personally, my immediate family is not toxic.
Right.
But there are definitely toxic elements.
Well, hold up. Given what we're talking about, that statement is incorrect because of your father.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's why I don't consider him.
Just given what we're talking about. Right. Right. The distinction has been made, but
because look,
just for the purposes of this,
my stepdad had been around so long. Like I'm in single digits. 4, 3. Like that, I don't even think of Lawrence Williams, Lawrence Taylor Sr. as part of the family and shit, right?
Right.
But I know I take your point. Your point.
Somebody else says you're the asshole. You're going to regret not going. Reschedule the birthday party. A birthday party does not take precedence over a wedding. I think you're coming up with lots of excuses to not go. Your difficulty with your difficulty with your parents is not a good reason to miss your sister's wedding. And yes, get them a gift regardless. You have very strange rationalizations, to be honest. Your sister is distracted because that is what happens when you're planning a wedding. It's basically all you think about. Nah, bro. Nah, fuck all that. Fuck all that. Listen.
That shit don't fly.
Listen, if this, keep that same energy, right? Because if it would be one thing for me to say, unprompted, that we're having this conversation over the phone, and
thank you, Discord,
instead of in person,
right?
And I'm telling you, oh damn, the baby birthday party is that day. And we put money into it, her family, blah, 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 this, blah, 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 this. And you saying, well, that's crazy, it's my wedding. And for me to say, with just the information that I just said, for me to say, that's crazy that you don't care about my kid, that would be wild.
That would be a wild, that would be a wild bar, right?
That's not what happened. They went in person with the kid for her to meet the kid.
Right.
The understanding is she loves babies.
Right.
However, she is not interacting with my child.
Right.
At all. She said, oh, you gotten so big, I guess, from pictures that she saw. And that's it. Never another interaction with the child. That's a little weird, bro.
It is weird. It's
a little weird.
It's weird. And like I said, what's happening with that last comment is what the dude said about people not coming from a toxic family, not understanding the dynamics of that. You don't get it. And salute to you for not having to go through it, but you obviously didn't have any friends that went through the shit either, because a lot of toxicity that I saw in immediate families was from some friends where I'm over their house and the wildest shit happened. I'm sitting on their porch and the wildest shit happened. When you start to see these type of things happen more and more often, you realize this is a norm over here.
Yeah.
And you eventually see how it winds up affecting the kids. Because I got stories for days of friends that I grew up with toxic ass families and how they wound up turning out when they became adults. The shit they wound up going through as a result of that toxicity. And that's what make me salute my mother every day, because she went out her way to keep that shit the fuck away from us. So whatever that toxic shit that me and my brother Lance was getting into outside the house, inside the house, nah, B, no.
Yeah. That's how it was. It's not that I wasn't aware, but that's kind of how it was with this whole dating Chrissy thing. Like, she expressing how, like, certain things with my family that she sees, she's like, this is amazing. I'm like, this is old hat. What do you mean?
Old hat to you.
Yeah, like this is, Like, her family's not that big, and then a lot of her friends have bad relationships with their family. Right. So when she sees how close I am with my mother, she's like, yo, I don't really have many friends who are that close with their mother. Or when she goes to the cookout and she sees all the guys, when we approach each other, we hug each other.
Right.
Oh, I love that all the guys hug. I'm like, what do you mean?
Because to y'all, that shit normal.
To me, that don't.
It don't mean. Yeah, no, it does. It does. And bro, I'm telling you, the reason I know it does is because some of the shit that I have seen with other families outside of mine informed me that everybody's family dynamic is not the same as mine. But to that exact same point, when I met my wife, how they celebrate birthdays was foreign to me. To them, that's old hat. That's just what they do.
Right.
But that's not how we did it. You know what I'm saying? So it took me a while to acclimate to that. Now, of course, I'm spoiled about it.
Right. I mean,
because
the blooms off the rose with that one.
I'm just saying, like when life gets better, embrace the fact that life got better.
I mean, you know I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue with you. Now, this is an interesting comment because, you know, everybody that listens to us is familiar with you're the asshole and not the asshole, but there are other designations.
Variations of that.
No assholes here, and everyone here sucks. This comment is interesting.
That was me when I first walked into any new school.
You stupid.
Everyone.
This comment is in everyone here sucks, but it does a tiny bit of research.
Okay.
So I snooped on your profile and I saw that you have previously wrote here concerning your wife.
Uh-oh.
Your wife's family and your own family. Honestly, it sounds like you have traded your family, who are dismissive and judgmental, for your wife's family, who is also dismissive and highly enmeshed with each other. You've communicated that you feel like your wife doesn't consider your feelings to the point that you felt pressured to have a child with her on more than one occasion. And
mind your business, Napalm.
That's funny. And whom you admit has problems with your siblings, even though it was their parents' fault, not theirs. The relationships you have at the moment are not healthy. Your parents don't sound great either. But oftentimes people who experience trauma in childhood sometimes lapse back into abusive relationships. Yikes.
Interesting.
So we're not going to touch that because I don't know this nigga. I don't know this nigga. I don't know this nigga at all. All right, am I the asshole for yelling at my boyfriend for using my tile and soap? This is a short.
Yo,
one.
this is. I'm telling you something. This is something that Napalm will never have to worry about.
Stupid.
In his life.
Shut up. Shut up. I, female 22, recently started living with my boyfriend, male 22. I hate sharing personal hygiene stuff. I have 2 different soaps for body and face and 3 towels, body, face, and hair. My boyfriend has 1 towel that he uses to dry everything. It's gross to me. Anyway, he knows not to use my stuff. Today I found him with the towel dedicated to my face wrapped around his waist. I was so grossed out.
It's so funny.
I was so grossed out and yelled at him for using it. He said he wanted to take a shower and couldn't find his. I am still mad and refusing to talk to him. He called me selfish and said that I'm acting like an asshole over a towel. That is not a big deal. Am I the asshole?
Yo, this is the reason why this is hilarious, right? Because it's all in how the other person sees it. And I am jumping in her shoes. It's hilarious. The towel I use for my face. Woo! All right. So he tried his balls with a towel.
Yo, shut up. Yo, shut up.
Yo, Mom said that. Was how I was reading Mom's comment. Yo, listen. So, bro, Listen.
Mm-hmm.
You know how she feels about that shit, man.
Absolutely.
So a lot of the smoke you
it's a little gaslightish.
It is, yo.
Just a little, just a touch of gaslighting.
You
already know
feel about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yo, the first comment, everybody sucks here. You don't yell. It doesn't work. Him, don't dry your balls on her face towel. Wait. Both of you, buy more towels. I mean.
Yo, facts. Facts.
Like, yo.
At least ask if there's one you can use, even if she is just a bit neurotic about it and doesn't have a skin condition or something. It's just, yo, bro, you knew how she felt about this. You walked right into the trap. You walked right in there. So all the smoke that's coming down, you had to know it was you knew it could be this way. You knew it could be this way.
Often I don't ever read these because I don't usually see them. I know they exist.
Yeah.
But it's this rabbit hole of I don't even know what to call it. I'm going to just read it. Mm-hmm. So someone says, info, why don't you have more than 4 towels combined? Someone says, because the boyfriend hasn't provided himself with more towels, which he should. She already has 3. Somebody responds to them and said, her 3 towels are effectively 1 towel because of the way she uses them. They need to buy more towels in a 3-to-1 ratio. Somebody says, no, he needs to fucking respect her, so maybe he needs to buy more towels. Then somebody...
It's a contest about who towels. Come on,
bruh. Somebody says, why the fuck are you being so fucking aggressive about it?
Yeah, yo, come on, man. Listen, that's your neighbor. That guy, that's your neighbor. That's running around here talking about being aggressive over time. That's your
bruh.
That's your schoolmate.
Bruh, shut up. Yo, somebody else. Everyone sucks here. Yeah, he shouldn't use your towel. Freaking out, yelling, and giving him the silent treatment is also a huge overreaction. Most people just use 1 towel after a shower. You know, there might be a mental health issue or a skin issue or whatever. So
then she don't suck then. But hold up. If there's a legitimate thing.
If it's the mental health, I mean,
if she has a skin condition.
Well, hold up. If it's a skin condition, not at all. If it's a mental health condition, he adds, because he doesn't just leave it at that, and I want to make sure that there's a clear distinction.
Okay.
If you are blaming someone for their mental health issues, then you're being disingenuous.
Yeah.
Now, what he does is he says, if there is a mental health thing going on, it needs to be addressed.
Okay.
I can't call him an asshole. I can't be mad about that.
I can't really.
You got it.
I can.
Well, sure, of course you can, right? But I'm not going to be mad at him for that. Like, yo, you got this mental issue. Address it. At least see if there is a mental issue there. But
the point is, he knew. That's how she felt about that shit.
Right. And to clarify, he's saying, I'm saying the degree of distress that she's feeling about someone using her towel might indicate a mental health issue.
It may.
Not that she is using 3 towels that would make it a mental health.
It may, but just understand, he knew.
Oh, no.
Listen.
Knew. Again, to McKenna's point, McKenna says it wasn't the first time staying together and the boundaries were not set yet. This seems like a long-term relationship. Overreacting possibly, but as always, we never know what led up to it as well as other factors. I want to be clear. They live together. This is.
Oh, listen. No.
Yeah, this wasn't them
He
visiting.
Knew.
He knew. Yeah, oh no, he absolutely. There's no way that he don't know.
You walked into it, sir. Look, you don't pull on Superman's cape.
I mean,
you don't spit in the wind.
Here's the problem.
You don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger.
You might pull on Superman's cape. I mean, is he gonna feel it?
But see, Superman is a Jesus analog too, so you might get
they grabbed the hem of his garment.
The hem of his garment.
I mean, come on, bro.
Maybe.
Come on,
maybe.
Little hand.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, come on, bro.
Sir, that car is about to fall off the bridge, sir.
Bro, or like, let's say you slip and you happen to be standing next to they grab the cape.
Sturdiest shit ever,
bro. Right?
I'm not falling.
You might break your arm in the process. You pull your shoulder out the socket. Like, come on, man.
I mean, all I know is he knew.
No, he knew. He was
what the consequences.
Y'all
lived together.
He was informed thusly.
You informed thusly. So you kind of walk. You kind of walk face first into the shit. And because of that, it's hard for me to have any sympathy for any other shit. Because you knew. Come on, bro. It's certain shit I don't do because I know the person that I live with doesn't like the shit.
It's certain things that I don't agree with that just aren't worth dealing with.
It's not worth the hassle that comes with it.
Yeah, bro. Like, if I could feel like your decision to use 3 towels is the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. But if I live with you,
right,
and that's your preference,
right,
it does not behoove me to fuck with it.
It don't. Listen, all I can tell you is, when you live with somebody, there's always going to be some things that both of you do to get on each other's fucking nerves.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. However, like, bro, you got to see it from her standpoint. If she's neurotic about that, if she literally watched you take her face towel.
Well, no, hold up, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. You're not about to exaggerate this shit for a fact. She did not. Allegedly, he may not have the towel might not have even touched his balls.
We don't know that.
We don't know. She did not see him.
Listen,
dry his balls.
If he came out there with that towel around his waist,
it might be safe to assume, but she ain't see it though.
So her reaction to that is, I put that on my face.
She got him color coded and everything. I can only imagine. I can only imagine because how else would you know? They have to be different colors. So
what if she did one of these things, yo? What if
why'd you use the yellow towel?
Picture of her face.
You just had to use the yellow towel. Like you couldn't use the brown one.
The brown one. Yo, all I'm saying is, he kind of called the thunder down on himself. Mm-hmm. He did, but and for a lot of reasons, sir, you live there. How come y'all haven't purchased any more towels? Or was it that the laundry?
Here's the thing.
Maybe they didn't have a lot of towels left.
One of the people commenting did mention more towels. That is absolutely the answer.
It is.
And even though it sounded a little bit jokey or a little bit douchey for the dude to suggest that they should buy towels at a 3-to-1 ratio, that's actually the answer. Like, that's absolutely the answer. Like, without a question, you should absolutely buy towels at a 3-to-1 ratio.
You really should. Cindy says.
That is a McKenna.
Also, my fault. McKenna says, also, as someone who has 2.5 feet of hair, relatable. I have a special big microfiber towel for my hair because it's the only thing that's long enough. I respect having at least one separate towel for hair. Yeah, listen, see, it's a lot of things, man.
I can't argue against. I mean,
clearly,
I can't argue against that because.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
But no, I'm with you. Like I can't. Do I feel like she overreacted?
Possibly.
Yes. But do I feel like she's the asshole for it? No.
Nah, because nigga, you knew, bro.
Yeah. You were aware. You knew. Even if you ain't know exactly how she would react.
When your girl tells you she doesn't appreciate you putting the cover over her head and farting and shit, that's not something. Right. You don't do that.
Yeah, you just don't do that.
You don't do that.
You move forward without that being a part of it.
Because you gotta see it from her reaction because of how she thinks of it. That's why it was so funny to me. Because she's literally going, yo, I put that on my face.
All right. Am I the asshole or would I be the asshole for refusing to spend time with my boyfriend's family after they embarrass me? I, 24-year-old female, have been dating a guy, 24-year-old male, for almost 3 years. 2-ish years ago, I painted a kind of raunchy picture for my partner as a gift. If you remember that trend where people painted the backs of their legs and butt and sat on canvas, that's what I did. I don't know
what.
It's a 24 by 36 inch canvas that has my ass cheeks painted on it. He hadn't hung it up yet, but it's been sitting propped up against the wall in his man cave, the back of it facing out so no one could see the painting. Since we just moved in and are still unpacking. Mm-hmm. It was his mother's birthday a few weeks ago. We went out to dinner to celebrate, and my partner invited them over to our house after the dinner to show off our place. The group consisted of his mom, his stepfather, his 2 sisters, his sister's boyfriend, and his stepbrother. His sisters and stepbrother weren't super interested in a tour since they helped us move in and had already seen the place. So he was showing his mother and his stepfather around. I was out in the living room with everyone else when his stepdad walked in, holding my painting like it's a trophy. Everyone explodes into laughter, and his stepdad keeps making jokes about the fact that I painted it for my partner. They're talking about my butt and how weird/awkward it is that I did that.
My God.
His sister kept yelling and was laughing so hard she almost cried. My partner followed, laughing, saying, I told them no, but they don't listen. My partner's siblings are 14, 17, and 19. And I burst into tears and ran into the kitchen to hide because I felt embarrassed. They ended up leaving not long after, and I was bawling in the kitchen. His stepdad was laughing and said, sorry if I crossed any boundaries. But he didn't say it to me. He said it to my partner.
Oh, damn.
I told my partner I never wanted to spend time with his family again because of how they embarrassed me from here on out, and that I would only see them on the holidays that I absolutely had to. This didn't make my partner very happy. I think when he realized I was serious and not just accepting his father's sorry, he began to get defensive.
Wait a minute, bro. Why should she accept the sorry when he didn't give it to her?
Correct.
He gave it to you.
He was saying that people would have seen it anyway if it was hung up, and what was he supposed to take it down every time he had a guest? When I tried to explain it wasn't about that.
It was the presentation and how they did it.
It just ended with him saying, this can just be a wash. He says he can't change his family, and I know how they are, so I need to adjust to how they make me feel so I can handle them in the future. Would I be the asshole for making that decision and sticking to it because of this incident? I understand it is his family, and he probably feels like I'm attacking them personally, but I just am embarrassed. Some clarifying info. He has never hung it up anywhere before moving into our house because he said he didn't know what he was supposed to do with it. I know it was made for people to see, and I wouldn't have cared if they had seen it hanging up, but it was the way his family went about it that makes me feel so.
I was about to say it was the presentation. Is what they did.
Why are people are saying everyone's the asshole here?
How is everyone the asshole?
Your boyfriend's stepdad absolutely shouldn't have brought out the painting for everyone to make fun of, and the family's reaction was excessive. They owe you an apology. That said, if you're going to make and eventually hang up and display a painting of your own ass cheeks in your home, you have to have thicker skin than this. No, the fuck? What?
This ain't got nothing to do with that.
This is not about the painting itself.
It's not about the painting. It's about what they did. They literally took. Imagine this. Some woman, instead of a painting, they go and get a nude thing done, photo done for, and then classy with all the trimmings and all that for their husband, right? And then somebody in the husband's family grabs the picture before they even hung it up, runs down there holding it over their head, and then starts ridiculing body parts.
Right.
It's not about the picture eventually being on the wall for everybody to see. It's about you took that and ridiculed her body parts about that shit. That's what it is.
Bro.
And I shouldn't have to explain that.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Person. Everyone sucks here. Yeah, they were being jerks. But did you really expect to have a print of your bare ass on the wall and have nobody comment on it? Did you expect your boyfriend to say, oh no, that's just something funny I found online? I tend to think that if my significant other did something like that and hung up the painting, they would expect hilarity to ensue at some point.
They didn't.
I would
they
expect that hilarity to involve some self-deprecating humor. Otherwise,
it's not self-deprecating when someone else is doing
the
it.
joke. Right.
If she's not making the joke, it's not self. Get the fuck out of here.
Why would you say you would expect your significant other? Let me read this again. I tend to think that if my significant other did something like that and hung up the painting, they would expect hilarity to ensue at some point. Why?
Why?
That's really odd.
If she didn't do it in the form of a joke,
right?
Why would she then expect that for y'all to clown her about her body parts?
Yo,
do you not understand what the fuck?
This might be the first time since we've been doing this that I see the Reddit coming out of these comments. Cause what? Why? Everyone sucks here. Making an extremely large painting of your butt cheeks is just setting up a situation for certain people to ridicule it. People find butt cheeks funny. It sounds like they probably took it too far and it was incredibly uncomfortable for you. However, I think your reaction of never wanting to see them except for holidays is a little bit much. When they definitely owe you apology, while they definitely owe you an apology for embarrassing you so badly, your reaction puts your boyfriend in an awkward position that has the potential to seriously damage your relationship.
No.
Really the hill you want to die on?
No.
Fuck, yo, listen.
Yo, first of all, what put the boyfriend in an awkward situation is not
his
the
stepfather grabbing the painting from the man cave, bringing it up to the fucking living room,
bro,
putting it on display for everybody, laughing about it, and the fucking boyfriend joining in on the laughter and ridicule.
That's crazy.
That's what put him in a terrible position.
That's crazy,
like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Listen to me clearly.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
All right. We're going to go a little bit inside baseball on this. And I might get in trouble for saying this.
You probably are. Maybe
hopefully.
stop.
No, nigga, listen.
You haven't crossed the Rubicon yet.
Listen. If I get in trouble for this, then it's cool because we are going to talk about it like two adults and get over the situation.
You better
I don't think No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Y'all, you know me better than that. I would never intentionally say something that I just knew I was going to get in trouble for. I'm not stupid. We just talked about that with the last fucking topic. Last about an asshole. That's not about to happen. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm well aware of who the person I'm dating is, and I'm not gonna. I am not going to intentionally do anything to put her, out there.
Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you what Sean say. Watch your man. That little red man, watch your man.
Here's the thing. This is different. It's not family, right? But because of who I am and how I feel about humans.
Oh, goodness. That's not starting out good already.
Right? There are people, and because I'm an introvert and she's an extrovert, there are people in her life that I'd prefer not to spend like significant amounts of time around.
I get that.
And we've had these conversations, and this commenter kind of triggered that for me because the idea that I'm putting you in a weird position because I have a justifiable reason to not want to be around this person is weird as fuck.
It's super weird.
It's weird as fuck. And I'm so happy. The reason I brought this up is I'm so happy that I don't have to deal with that type of shit.
Yeah.
Because she would never say some shit like that.
McKenna's right. The whole family is assholes.
The entire family.
Father has no excuse.
The teenagers are teenagers.
Yeah, they're gonna be. That's they kids. Yeah, but the boyfriend didn't defend you. That's the part that fucks with me.
Listen to me clearly. That painting wouldn't have left the room.
Hell no.
As soon as he inquired about it, I would have explained what it was because I do have it on display. Sure, I would have explained what it was. And the minute he went to touch it, sir, what the fuck are you doing?
But that's got to go right back on.
First of all, why you want to touch a painting of my woman's ass?
And then why are you bringing that shit upstairs?
And then why you wanted to parade it around? That's weird.
You're a weirdo.
That's wholly weird. Like,
and inappropriate as a motherfucker.
Bruh, like what the fuck are we talking about here?
I'm not. Yo, and the fact that there are people in these comments saying this crazy ass shit just goes to show you just motherfuckers are just broken.
Bruh.
Fucking broken.
Bruh.
You don't see why she's so upset. You don't see why she don't want to be around these motherfuckers. Right. You kidding me? Fuck out of here.
Now there are a I can't say decent amount because overwhelmingly it's been deemed that everyone sucks here, but there are definitely some not the assholes. The point you're trying to make is not that his family saw it; it's that they made fun of you excessively, and your boyfriend didn't even stand up for you. He laughed with them. The fact that the stepdad even thought it was okay to bring it out to show everyone is such an overstep in someone else's home. You had it put away and you flipped it around so the back was showing. That's humiliating and heartbreaking. Absolutely. Somebody else. I see a lot of people saying everyone sucks here because, yeah, people will eventually see the painting. However, they loudly and purposely mocked you. It's one thing to be okay with people seeing the art. It's another thing to be okay with people mocking you. Another person, if he feels like you need to change how you deal with stuff, he's refusing to see how his family can be wrong. If you stay together, it'll only continue to happen with bigger things. Run.
Right.
I ain't mad. Parading around a spicy gift you gave your partner is very uncool. Imagine he left a tasteful nude of you on his phone and his stepdad did the same thing. Absolutely mortifying. Lots of people give their partners sexy gifts that are just for them.
Right.
Forever ago, I was watching a documentary about a fancy house in the Middle Ages, and there was a sexy mural of the wife in the bedroom behind the tapestry. It was hidden for the husband's eyes only. If I were you, I would consider hiding / removing, destroying, giving away the painting. Your partner clearly doesn't know what to do with it and won't stand up for you about it. The amount of victim blaming in this thread is unreal. Now, here's the thing. Now, the only thing that I saw somebody say that could have been done better is I feel like if I was in that position, that would not be in my man cave. That would be in our private bedroom.
It would be. It would never be out there with my. First of all, I don't think I have. Listen, y'all need to understand. I grew up with assholes. I'm talking. These motherfuckers will always have a joke in their mouth. It's coming. Whatever happens, it's coming. You fall down. You got some food on the side of your face. They come with it. I don't have friends that would do that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's yikes. Yikes. Like I'm trying to find, because apparently there are some "you're the asshole" comments as well. Not everyone sucks, but you're the asshole. And I'm trying to see. Hold on. Because how, Sway?
These are your neighbors, your co-workers, your family members. People you grew up with.
Okay, this one
passing you every day.
Shut up. All right, now this one makes sense. Your boyfriend just told you that your feelings don't matter compared to his family, and you need to change to accommodate them. Is that who you want to spend your life with? You are the asshole if you decide. You're the asshole to yourself if you decide to stay
around with that shit.
Okay, I can rock with that.
Yeah,
one.
time to bounce.
Because people are saying it's a lot. I need to find one of these goddamn "you're the asshole" comments, because what could you possibly have intelligent to say to contribute to the conversation?
Imagine that. She wasn't allowed. She shouldn't have been allowed to do a picture like that for her. Imagine this is how people think. Imagine. And then whatever ridicule that comes as a result of that, she deserves, because she did this. That means they can just publicly ridicule her in a house full of people, pointing out what they consider to be discrepancies with her bodily function. Y'all motherfuckers are crazy. Yeah. Y'all crazy.
All right, you're the asshole. Laughter is contagious. Once people get going, it's hard to stop, especially a group. On top of that, It is a picture of your bare ass in paint. I get how people can think that is funny. They might have thought you were trying to be funny.
No.
You're the asshole. You're an asshole for getting a whole ass painting of yourself and then being surprised when you got embarrassed by it and then trying to blame other people for their entirely predictable reactions. Maybe unpopular opinion, how can you make a spicy painting, a huge painting, by the way, like that, intended to be hung on the wall of an apartment you share, yet get so emotional when people pointed it out? Of course you're the asshole. And if you were going to be that sensitive to public criticism, you shouldn't have made it in the first place.
Look, another person that misses the point. Oh, wow, amazing.
You're the asshole, but only a little bit because of the emotions. And those emotions and those emotions are warranted, but going so far as to say that you are going no contact is a bit too far. Hence, the smallest of you're the asshole verdicts. The family needed to have been more respectful, knowing that it was an intimate painting of you. However, your boyfriend has a very good point. Why did you do that painting for him to hang on a wall if you're going to be embarrassed by it?
Because I
think it was a great idea and would love something like that for my partner, but also would be a little weirded out if they were embarrassed by it. I do believe a sit-down conversation would be best here. All the best.
Yo, why are people missing the point that the purpose of her doing that was not to be ridiculed?
Yo, it's a normal part of life to have embarrassing moments and to do things that are inevitably embarrassing. I would say you're the asshole, but I would suggest you take a step back and realize you can't just stop seeing people because something embarrassing happened to you. If you go through life cutting people off for laughing at something embarrassing you did, you will live a lonely and closed life. Here's the thing about that. You can absolutely just stop seeing people because they did something to you.
Wait a minute. Are you sure about that? Because
I've done it.
What I'm hearing with these people is that no, you must stay around for all the abuse.
Point approved. I have done it. I am a witness to this particular phenomenon. I'm going with you're the asshole. So you make a lighthearted erotic art for your boyfriend and then are shocked that your boyfriend's teenage siblings found it hilarious.
All of these are so predictable.
Sure, they took it too far, especially the father who was likely laughing so hard because his kids were dying. But seriously, what other reaction could you possibly expect from your boyfriend's teenage siblings?
Did he just make an excuse for the father? He's laughing hard because his kids are laughing?
Yeah.
Yo,
if you don't want to be embarrassed, if you don't want to be embarrassed, don't give your boyfriend erotic art, or at least hide it much better. And if you do hang it up, and I hope you do own it, I doubt you or your boyfriend's friends will laugh. But if they snicker, just say, I can't help it if I have a nice ass, and move on. I'm good friends with a couple, and they have a couple of very tasteful erotic pictures of the woman in their bedroom. When I saw them, I just said, ooh la la, you're one lucky guy. They laughed, and that's just as inappropriate. They laughed, and we just moved on. I mean, I definitely understand your self-imposed embarrassment. Self-imposed embarrassment.
Yo, I can't. This shit giving me a headache.
Wait. I definitely understand your self-imposed embarrassment, especially to your boyfriend's family. But if you think he's a keeper, this isn't worth permanent. No, he clearly isn't. But anyway, this isn't worth permanently alienating his whole family, and they don't want to be walking on eggshells whenever you visit for fear of.
So now she's the problem.
That's never forget. Crazy. One way to deal with it is to just accept it was embarrassing and fully embrace it. Like send his family Christmas cards with a picture of you and him in the painting in the back. What the fuck? I'm sorry. This is way too entertaining.
These people are sicko.
You're the asshole. Your boyfriend is going to remain just your boyfriend. Do you really expect to have a life with him and not see his family except at holidays? And you expect your boyfriend to just go along with it? If you have children, do you think you will get to limit their access to them because you don't want to be around them? And you expect your boyfriend to agree with that? Finally, what did you think would happen when you did the painting? He would keep it hidden in the closet. If it had been on the wall, the reaction would very likely have been
they're all saying the same shit. Like, what the fuck?
It was embarrassing to you, and now it's over. Good grief. You're the asshole. Own it. You painted it, except others won't get it. Except others won't get it. You're the asshole. I had it. Oh, crap. Blah, blah, blah. Da, da, da. Everyone sucks here leaning more towards you're the asshole. If you wanted the painting to be only for your partner, that discussion should have happened way before you pay. I'm sorry, hold on. I'm sorry. Wait. Are we suggesting wait. Are we suggesting, because clearly I'm having some neurological issues. Are we suggesting that if you give your partner something that the general public doesn't just normally see, that it is not implicit in your relationship that this is not for everyone else's eyes? Are we implying that this has to now be said to the person? Like, I know that in the past I've had girls send me stuff and they be like, don't show nobody. But that's not something that they should have had to say.
Bro. So the idea that he pulled it off, if somebody comes to your house and starts pulling off them goddamn soundproof foams and shit.
Oh, nigga.
What the? You went into somebody's house and started pulling shit off their walls to ridicule them.
Right.
Yikes.
You're the asshole. The family have obviously taken it too far and should have apologized to you properly when they realize how upset you are. But refusing to see them ever again because of this incident is not a mature response. I'd like to point out that she's 22.
Oh,
I think I got lost in this too. She is 22.
Oh my.
Or 23. I can't remember which one, but I want to point that out.
You said she's 3 years younger than my daughter.
Bruh. You're the asshole, and it's pretty funny, and you probably shouldn't have done something like this, and especially such a large one if you didn't intend on anyone ever seeing it. You're the asshole for putting a picture of your ass. Yes, you would be the asshole.
I wish they had something creative.
Like
they're not saying
really
they all
cut
saying
them
the same
from your
shit.
life by relegating them to only holidays. It will no doubt precipitate a breakup. The dad
Fuck
was
them.
an asshole for sure, but the siblings are all teenagers. Of course they're born in love. It was a weird gift to give. I don't care if it was a trend, as you claim. It was a bad one, like the mullet and parachute pants. But that being said, although Dad owes you a solid apology, recognizing the weirdness in that gift and making peace with it may be in order. After a solid apology from Dad, which is absolutely warranted, try to let it go, or you'll be.
It does, McKenna. It does. It does.
That part.
It
all
does.
that part.
It
all
does.
that part. These kids are only a few years younger than you.
Yup.
But stepdad, nah, nigga, what are you doing? Like, it was just a joke, not overtly malicious. You need to get over it or ruin your relationships permanently by being so sensitive.
Can we talk
In
about
my
this?
opinion, not worth it, but it's your choice. You're the
Okay,
asshole.
okay. So we gotta talk about this part right here. Y'all men kill me. All right. Do you really think you're the gift or you're the prize? You're so much the gift or the prize. Oh, you're gonna ruin your relationship like ain't another guy out there that she can find.
Bruh.
That wouldn't do some shit like that. You know how often I hear this, especially in the manosphere, how they elevate this idea of the relationship with the. Do you realize there are other people out there other than the person that she got, and that she's a woman that she can literally go out and just find somebody else that wouldn't treat her like that. But y'all running around here acting like, oh, she really gonna mess up if she don't mess with this guy, even if he's an asshole, even if he's a jerk that doesn't understand certain things that he should understand, that has a certain type of empathy that he should have for this relationship to even be worth her being in.
Yeah.
But every time I turn around, I hear you guys sitting around here talking this bullshit about you're gonna mess that relationship up.
Here's the
Fuck
thing.
that relationship.
This is an interesting exchange. So somebody said, everyone sucks here, but seriously, what did you expect when you did that painting? It was bound to happen. OP responded, I guess I wasn't expecting it to be taken out of the room it was in and flaunted in front of everyone, including minors. He says, you should explain to your boyfriend's family why it hurt you before cutting them off. Somebody else responds, personally, if her own boyfriend's response is, you know how they are, I can't see how giving such an explanation will end any better.
Yeah, I just.
And last comment. Actually, two. You're the asshole. They're just playing around. You shouldn't be making a big deal out of it. I mean, it's not like it was a photo. Why would you do such a painting if you're embarrassed for them to see it? Wasn't he supposed to put it on the wall or something? What was your idea of what would happen with such a big picture? Did you think he would have to hide such a big thing for that? Everyone was going to react like if it was a normal thing. If you do something like that, you need to understand everyone is going to react in a different way. Since you can't control that, you shouldn't care about it.
The stupid really burns here.
And
it really does.
The last one, you're the asshole. You painted a picture, knew they were coming over to tour your new place, knew they would all see the picture, then get mad because what? I mean, of all the reactions, this was the best case scenario.
Pulled your furniture off the wall and walked right out. What the fuck are we even talking about?
They could have not said anything to you or your partner, then talked and made fun of you behind your back.
Dope.
Two, they could have been offended or weirded out because, to be honest, it's kind of weird to showcase your butt for the whole family to see.
She did.
And 2A, they could have left and talked behind your back, or 2B, called you out for being inappropriate to show your butt to father-in-law and teenagers. Or three, taken in stride and a sense of humor to your face. Why? Because they clearly like you, respect you, and saw the whimsy. There was no malice. There was no malice, and honestly, your behavior is rather childish. Not sure you get to pull the I'm embarrassed card when you are the one who painted it and showcased it. You owe your partner and his family an apology.
Wow. This nigga flipped it so she owes the apology.
Yeah.
All right, so basically those last responses have absolutely solidified my lack of faith in humanity.
Bruh.
They 100% have done that.
Yo painted the idea of them not saying anything to you or your partner and then talked and made fun of you behind your back.
Like that was a bad thing.
As opposed to what happened.
Right.
What?
This is where we are.
Your issue with me is your business. The moment you make it my business, I get to react however I want to react.
Can you imagine that shit, yo? Can you imagine that? Somebody walked into their place, pulled a piece of furniture off the wall of her, and then walked around the house and made fun of her body parts. And these motherfuckers, then her boyfriend didn't defend her.
Not only did he not defend her, he jumped in.
Yeah,
I told her not to do it.
Oh my goodness, bro. And with that,
bruh,
ladies and gentlemen,
bruh,
we want to thank you.
I quit.
Yeah.
Yo, you not, but listen. Last thing I got to say about this shit. You not going to, I don't give a fuck who you are.
Right.
I don't care if you're my sister and I don't talk to our parents no more and you getting married. I don't care if you're my significant other and I had this painting done for you and your people came over. There is no relationship in my life.
Facts.
That I am going to allow.
Facts.
Them to demonize me.
Facts.
For me responding to someone else's blatant and obvious disrespect.
Facts.
It's not going to happen.
All facts.
It's not going to happen. The only chance that you have of that is if the person they disrespected was you and not me.
Right.
And even still, it's a small chance.
Also, I don't be playing that shit. People disrespect.
Bruh, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not playing that shit at all.
Yeah,
I'm not playing, nigga. You gonna apologize or we gonna fight? It ain't no in between. It ain't none of that shit. You disrespected her. You apologize or we gonna fight. And we gonna see what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see how it turns out.
I will offer a third response that I have had to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
The situation where the person that I'm dealing with has forgiven the person and has told me not to do anything.
All right, because you have to respect.
You got to.
On that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not above respecting her wishes and then coming around the other side.
That's what I'm about to say. This is what I'm about to say. But my relationship with that person, you forgave them.
I didn't.
You forgave them.
Right.
The contract said I can't hit this nigga, not you. So Bruh, like, nah, listen, you can forgive them. That's cool. That's good.
That'd be good for your mental health.
Yeah, very humane of you. All that other good shit.
Yep.
That ain't me.
Nah. And I might.
What's the popular saying? God forgives, I don't.
Right. Listen, I might, when I holler at him a little later, and be like, yo, that was it.
Right.
What's that? The one chat. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one. Because of her. That's the one. After that, nothing she can say will pull me off your ass. Yeah. There's nothing she can say that'll pull me off your ass. Yeah. Ain't nobody playing with you. Bro. But anyway. Yeah. We want to thank all of you once again for joining us on another rousing episode of the Dunning-Kruger.
Bruh, nigga. What?
The Black Culture Geeks podcast, aka the Saturday Morning Cartoons. Be sure to not forget to go check out Heard It Through the Grapevine, Chris's podcast. Go check out the Metas and Mutants podcast with my man Super Sci Guy. Also, there's always music. Always music. Every week, new things are coming in as far as on the fulfillment thing. I just got the remastered issue zeros. Yeah, they just came in. That's supposed to go to the Kickstarter thing. I'm waiting for the other printed books. I'm actually surprised those were the first ones that came back because it's all the same company and shit. But I'm assuming this week some of the other ones will start floating in as well. And we're still waiting for the metal cover comics to be sent in as well. So all those things are going on. And once again, do not forget, there's always music. Big shout out to Helsinki, Finland. Thanks. For whatever reason you are streaming
I told you it's the stream from. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. As a matter of fact, plausible deniability is better if you don't know.
Listen, whoever's doing it, we're gonna put it like that. Probably, get us the fuck up out of here, right? Whoever's doing it over there in Helsinki, Finland, shout out to you, salute to you. And for my man SPJ, I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and for the greater multi-world entertainment family, we are out.
Peace.